Uh-oh.
Well, welcome back.
You have no idea what happened there, right?
Welcome back to Shopify Rebellion versus OG, where everything's going business as usual. I definitely enjoyed that interview from Saberlight, always known for his Saber jokes. And you didn't see it, but we actually have a bonus Easter egg. We asked Saberlight what he thought about all the haters.
It's gonna be just like a short video, okay? Suck it! You can use that one.
The Saberlight class.
Can we actually play that one more time?
Yeah, I missed it.
We asked Saberlight what he thought about Fishmen.
It's gonna be just like a short video, okay? Suck it! You can use that one.
Oh, wait, that was a little confusing. I think maybe it was actually possibly about OG, their opponents.
What did Saberlight think about OG?
It's gonna be just like a short video, okay? Suck it! You can use that one.
Shouldn't have let us use that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
Oh,
don't know how blanket the permission was.
Yeah, all rights reserved. Thank you very much, Saberlight. Looking forward to how you perform in this series against OG. I think that he has probably weaned himself off of being too bold on social media. I remember him making Instagram stories in DPC Season 1.
Oh, well, the ones where he went, we're going to crush them. And then they lost. He went, guys, I'm sorry for my video.
He's like, JK.
Yeah,
JK.
something like that. As we get into our first draft of this best of 3 Shopify Rebellion, banning out the Broodmother and the Doom, OG taking out Clockwork, and Nature's Prophet, first pick Enchantress, responded Batrider Undying, and closed out by Beastmaster.
I watched Shopify's game with Batrider when they beat Gaiman. That was fun. They had like some crit on Earth Spirit type memes going on, and like him and Mikey would play together a bit. He's like a really nice player to watch, actually, because
Mikey or Crit?
Mikey.
Yeah.
Crit sucks.
Chris, we all know. Yeah.
His Earth Spirit?
I outplayed him in a pub like that. He's dog water.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw your Tumblr
I
toy
saw
or
that
something.
too.
His ankles were broken for the rest of his career.
Exactly. Anyway, Mikey, yeah, no, he's doing well. I think I would love to actually be able to talk to him and ask him about how he like shifts his decision making from pro games to pub games to pro games, because it's like a massive difference, and he's still doing a really good job of like farming and keeping his net worth up whilst also like respecting his opponents. Like when he uses a buyback, he doesn't just put himself back out on the map and go feed it up, right? He's playing like with awareness of they could be here and not just throwing the games away.
I like that they're also giving him his heroes. Like he's been playing a lot of the Batrider. He played some Huskar. His puck is also very good. So I just like that they're kind of tailoring towards it. And they're not afraid to do it early on. They've even first picked Bat in some of the other games. So I just kind of like what he's been showing us and how they're also setting him up in the game.
Yeah, and I think, Bat's such a good example, too, not only because it is one of his best heroes, as we see a smiling Arteezy there, but because, you get a couple bans in that middle. We get the Storm, the Queen, some nice little comfort picks a lot of teams go for versus the Bat in the mid lane, but Bat can sort of have these different timings that you can opt for based on who's your off laner, who's your safe laner, and so it gives Mike not only a comfortable hero, but something that I'm sure he's very knowledgeable about, like these different times that he wants to play, since he does have that little bit of competitive experience where it's not just the pub brain. So I feel like they've taken this time here with our little break days when they didn't have to compete in tiebreakers, maybe to really figure out how they wanted to draft for him.
How telegraphed is it, though? Because at this point, everyone in this tournament knows that Mikey Batrider is going to be the thing. Is that abusable, since you know it's going to be coming first phase?
I mean, it is telegraphed, but in a way, I would say that it looks as if teams aren't too comfortable into this hero anyway. Some of them are like, oh, we can pick Queen of Pain, and then you see the matchup and it's like kind of a 50-50, but then it turns out most of these teams haven't played much Queen of Pain, so they get put into this uncomfortable kind of situation. So even though it is telegraphed, Batrider is just a type of hero that you can always get something out of the lane, you go stack your Ancients, you get Boots of Travel, and then you're just playing it like any other game. So it's kind of chill.
Regardless, they do ban out the Queen of Pain, just in case, though.
Yeah.
Along with the Storm Spirit and Slark. Meanwhile, OG take out a Drow Ranger, Lone Druid, and Anti-Mage. I can't believe we're in a patch where Anti-Mage is, like, viable. I feel like it's been a hot minute since that happened.
Clearly, we don't need a patch then.
Shut up.
Right?
No.
That's what we're getting?
Every panel that says no patch needed, they're going to start muting it. No, I for one, I actually like Anti-Mage. And I would say that the only reason he's viable now, or more viable, it has a bit to do with the heroes, but it's got a lot to do with the Vanguard, and you've seen some people play with like IO Anti-Mage, Miracles Rampage is helping the heroes case. I would say for Shopify here, you probably just pick your generic 4 for crit. You can go play with Mikey, kind of chill it out in a game. All good.
Yeah, I think Anti-Mage is also like an interesting hero because we kind of asked players about it throughout the DPC in the past because it was like so dead. It was like Chinese teams specifically. What do you think of the hero? Because it would get banned a lot, and people would be like, "Oh yeah, we scrim with it, but it just didn't feel very good." He was there, and they would be like, "Yeah, if it picked up, yeah, we'd scrim it again, like actually try and learn it properly." But yeah, the hero has always felt. It feels like the hero has always felt bad until that one thing like clicks, and then everyone's just like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah.
Anti-Mage patch out of nowhere.
Carry players, I think carry players, they have Anti-Mage, and mid players have Storm Spirit. If those heroes are even somewhat viable, they're like, yeah, it's a great game for this.
So good.
And they do indeed pick a 4 position, though not that generic. It's a Hoodwink, a little bit off the beaten path, but Crit definitely enjoys it. And OG get their mid laner to go up against Bat.
It's a bit of a middle of the road 4. It's like not quite a melee in the middle, but it's also not like a full backliner sometimes, you know? You get some scurry in there, you catch a couple spells, dip, dive, duck, dodge, throw some bushwhacks. Big damage to combo with the Bat Rider as well. Just fits nicely.
Yeah.
It's snug.
I like them picking damage to complement the lack of it on Undying. I mean, he will also amp the damage that Hoodwink does. It does mean that they're a little bit more on the poke side, poke and punish on Shopify, instead of, you know, the usual like Clockwork or Earth Spirit type stuff that will let them just go around chasing really hard. I mean, they can play side lanes really nicely with the Hoodwink, at least. But I like the puck response. It is so hard to play.
Yeah.
Hoodwink into puck.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's also one of the best responses to Bad Rider. You do well in the lane. I'm also a big fan of this combo. Tiger's one of the few people that will still play Dark Willow. Now you have, because a lot of the times you're like, oh, you need follow damage in coil, which Dark Willow can do, but you can also break it with the Terrorize. So I'm a big fan of this combo because I feel Dark Willow, I mean, we've seen it before. Nearly any Dota hero can be played as long as you have it in the right combo. So I'm a big fan.
I mean, that's also one of like Crit's favorite heroes too. Kind of interesting that they haven't really gone back for it. I feel like he was pushing that hero a lot for quite a while.
I don't think he plays it the way that Taiga plays it though. Taiga's out here getting Midases and Aghanim Scepters on this Willow. I don't think Crit's allowed to do that.
Yeah, Bulba would be telling him something after the game like, bro, are you for real? That was your last time playing Dark Willow.
Never again.
I think Crit last played it in Tour 2, but like it was like once, twice at most.
Yeah.
My theory was that he was just trying to get it nerfed. Sorry, I meant to say buffed. Sorry, I meant to say he was playing it so poorly to get it buffed. That was my theory. Yeah, how come? Oh, I wanted to see the Morphling for them and not the PA, by the way.
Because you wanted the Ag Scepter Willow Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cool play, but I know there's some issues. But they go for the Phantom Assassin, kind of a bit of a classic versus the Beastmaster in lane. A hero that I think is kind of busted right now with that blur change. Feels incredibly. Speaking of annoying heroes to play against, man, that is wild. You have to be so close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just gone.
I've been singing how OP that shard is for so long. But
Oh,
heroes,
I'm sure too.
yeah, like the shard plus the blur change.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this hero feels like sleeper OP. I really like it. Like especially this game, looking at you have a good lane matchup. You have like your shard's gonna be really good against Ench. I think it's really hard for Puck to react as well to being like blinked on by PA with when she's blurred into an Abyssal Blade. It's like late game, they have their ways now to sort of help deal with the Puck until he gets like Eon Disc. Then it becomes a little bit more difficult.
Needs a steroid though. Is that what we're waiting for the PA? Some help?
Maybe.
Or she's so broken now we don't even need
No,
that
I mean a
buff hero.
steroid would be nice.
Yeah,
go on.
I mean, it's nice if they can get it, but I would say that already it's pretty cool with their draft in terms of you have Lasso, you want to get a quick bam, kill. You have maybe some random bushwhack, PA comes in again. And in the laning stage too, you have your classic Undying, gonna lower the HP, make it easier for you to be the assassin you want to be. So I would say for Shopify, they'll look more for like the last pick on Saberlight that is perhaps good for the lane and then semi-good in the game. I don't know if they should overemphasize on the fact that, yo, you need to buff me up. I don't think they necessarily need that, but it's a bonus if they can fit it.
And they have last overall, so they can, they can really sort things out here. As well, our comparison was Arteezy versus Yuragi. And what's Yuragi gonna get?
Good question. You need to look at the Phantom Assassin carry-to-carry matchup. You don't know what the offlaner that Saberlight is going to be. But you have an Enchantress in your lane. Life's going to be easy.
There's just a lot of melee carries that feel awkward. I actually thought they banned this hero, my bad. It's a very common hero that you see played against PA. High armor, you have wave push, you have super high damage as well. You deal with the map against the bats, so pretty crazy to me that this hero was not banned out, but OG, they'll happily take that.
Yeah. So I guess then if we're looking at off lanes, they could just go for like something super standard like Pango to help deal with the illusions in the fight. And just like heavily... You good over there?
Someone's pounding a table
Someone wants
over
a
here.
primal beast.
He
ferociously.
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Into
Gotcha.
Dark Willow? That sounds really sad. And... Puck?
Chant too? I don't know. And I don't know, Neil.
I just want to step on Terrorblade.
I feel like
don't blame
it's
you.
really, really difficult to play Primal into Dark Willow. Like, if they pick it, I can see the benefits of it, but I wouldn't think it's like, oh, a free Primal game.
Okay. You like the Pango, Kazu? What you looking
I
at?
think Pango is decent. I was looking if you could fit in a Darkseer, but it's maybe too... There's a lot of volatility to it if he lanes into Eng. But in
Yeah.
terms of stealing the TB Illu and getting Beastmaster, like the Aura and his stuff from the wall, it could be good. And I guess your laning stage is a bit sus.
That sounds pretty hype, actually.
You can make it work, but I feel like half the players are going to be like,
Yeah.
bro, what are you smoking? This is not what I want to play.
Is there any value in doing the bat and just
Offlane?
throwing that to offlane and giving Mikey something else? Like, is there anything? Because like you could go like DK or something, or like, but
That's one hero you could make it work with, but I feel like you don't need to.
yeah, feels like you're forcing it.
Cater to Mikey. The dude's a surgeon on Bat Rider.
Yeah. I would
All right.
prioritize his comfort.
What are we missing here? Objective pushing is
Doom
a
is
little
banned.
sus.
Lycan?
We're missing an Underlord.
That's
It's banned.
Damn it. Yes! Oh my
What is this?
god.
Well, well, well.
Shopify and OG
Forgotten
are the
hero.
only teams playing Sand King now,
Yeah.
I think, in this whole tournament.
Sand King's so sad. He's sticking his head underground.
I mean, he's been hiding in the sand.
He has been.
Nobody's really up for this hero.
But he's got magic damage, which is what I was hoping for out of this offlaner to deal with the Terrorblade. And even though he's not that popular, I feel like it checked most of the boxes that we wanted, except for objective taking. They still kind of suck at that on Shopify. Rest of it, though, I'm on board with.
That's a good point. Yeah, they might struggle there. I think when OG picked Sand King in the DPC and we asked them about it, they were very much on like, yes, this is a good, like Sand King is a great early game hero. Like
Yeah.
they really like the ability to get the blink and utilize the stun. Like it's going to be really good against OG's heroes. We talked about that poke and magic damage they have on like Hoodwink. I think that's going to be a nice way for them to play, and Sand King will enable that. I do worry about later on because OG have a lot of like you have your Eng healing. You're going to buy pipe on this Beastmaster. His damage becomes very little going late game.
Powerful boomerang game.
Yeah.
Crit. Let's get
So-
the thing out there.
I'm like looking and I see a couple holes from both teams. I feel that this is a pretty good Bad Rider game.
Yeah.
Like moving into this game, I don't see too much dealing with him. But for OG, if they get off with a good start with Beast is gonna take over the top side and then TB just farms. If Shopify don't do very well in the early game with the Sand King bad tempo that you've talked about, then I'm kind of vibing with the OG draft.
I think Taga can kind of run this game. Like if you just
1v5.
get started on the Dark Willow, like
Ooh,
it looks pretty solid this game. You know, you get a couple of those quick bedlam kills. It's hard to kind of grab him without like the Sand King Bro Strike or something. So see if Taga can carry.
What
Do
I
some
like to see.
feasting instead of feeding, am I right?
Last time we saw him, he died 20 times, as Sheepstick very, very accurately predicted. How many deaths is Tiger going to get this game?
7.
7 deaths.
That's my number I had in the
Let's see if it's a truth or a lie for game number 1 with Cap and SVG.
Oh, this is always a bit of a spicy matchup. Evil Geniuses versus OG was a storied matchup going all the way back to TI8. Of course, their rivalry started there, but now that they're Shopify Rebellion and OG is a new squad, I still feel like there's some of the rivalry is still there. I don't know what it is. Avery, do you agree?
I'll tell you what it is.
What is it?
It's NA Europe, baby. There ain't nothing else about it. The ironic thing is this Shopify team is kind of just European anyway. Is that gonna
I don't know
trouble
what you're
if I
talking
just-
about, Avery. That's a North American team if I've ever seen one.
Yeehaw. Yes.
Yeehaw!
I'm just saying, there was once upon a time where this Shopify support duo used to play under the OG banner.
Yep.
So this is a true tale of revenge. A decade in the making. Half a decade in the making. That's why there's beef. You don't want to look like the worst version of your present self relative to your past self.
Yeah, that's true. And this OG squad, they are kind of the new kids on the block. And they have done very well in the past. Their recent form, I mean, nothing really comes back to, you know, that one major. I mean, all their stand-ins, they look so good. But unfortunately, they have just not been able to quite reclaim that. I feel like OG is definitely not the best team in this group stage.
They've not looked overly dominant, but BZM has looked dominant.
Yes, that's exactly where I was leading to. I was like, this may not be the best team, but the best player might be on this team.
And the stats back it up. He is actually pretty much the best player at this tournament in terms of the damage for everything, metrics-wise. So I'm looking for BZM to, again, have a good game and for OG to play around that. I think Puck is a hero he can, again, pop off in terms of just getting the right clicks in with Witchblade and scaling into the late game. You know he's going to play this hero like an Exor Invoker or something. And that's what I think the role dictates for it. Because I don't think you want to put all your eggs on this Terrorblade. Especially when Shopify have a lot of tools that can kite you out in those later game fights.
Yeah, I mean, not just kite you out, but also outright kill you, right? They've got a ton of magic damage up against a Terrorblade.
And they're just going to trade bottom off Caustic.
Oh, that is Saberlight dying first. Crit. Let's see if he can get the return kill. Yuragi juking backwards. Crit follows him, though. Really good read. He's got another bushwhack and should be able to get the kill as a result. So they do trade 1-for-1, but ultimately OG walked away with first blood gold.
I think Yuragi almost rather die there and come back than play that lane on no HP. You want to continue to abuse tanking on the early levels as much as you can. If you can ever kill him or prevent the heavy stacks from getting up, even just forcing Crit to play on this lane before Sandstorm points come out is going to do some economic damage.
Early level 2, as soon as Shopify get it, they immediately pounce and try and go for the kill. But Taiga did a really good job using his attack speed to kill that Tombstone. And will barely manage to get away from all of that. Now he has his level 2 as well, so he can play a little bit more aggressive without punishment.
I was talking about this Dark Willow yesterday for OG. Now they're going to bust it out. This does look like a pretty decent Dark Willow game.
Taiga, oh, the Shadow Realm change.
Got to be careful of that Fade time.
Yep.
But I don't know, if we go late with this Dark Willow, we get some Moon Shard Ags action going, you get the Tombstone kill, you shred Arteezy on this Phantom Assassin. That sounds pretty good to me.
That's going to require a lot of items. You're going to need an MKB on top of that.
You're not picking Dark Willow for the early game, I'll tell you that much. Pick this hero for the mid-late. When BKB start to go down, the clock starts ticking. The Dark Fairy shows up, sends you into the Nether Realm, quite literally. That's when he shines.
No, she sends herself into the Nether Realm.
Well, I mean, you can join her there. There's room.
There's room for everybody in the Shadow Realm.
Always enough despair to go around in Dota 2.
That is true.
Oh, Crit is getting smacked on the bottom, man. This is the problem with tanking in the current meta. Like, we're seeing DM get zoned by an Undying, but this is an Undying PA lane. There's almost no melee offlaner, let alone a lot of rangers that are going to do well here.
Yep.
Terrorblade Ench is an okay lane, but it's not nearly as destructive as this, and you're still seeing this tanking get zoned off more CS than DM is. Like, Crit is doing his best to keep Saberlight in this lane, but it's just not enough. The hero just doesn't trade that well early. And now you have a second meta up. I don't feel like they got a lot out of this period where that meta was on cooldown. And you're just getting run down with the Warpine.
Yeah, it's still going for it. In fact, the last impetus, Saberlight did have some wand charges. And the Warpine is out of mana, but still, this is just terrible. I mean, it's a hero that you pretty much have to go up against a safe lane that has no offensive capability. Because I feel like the only way you win your lane as Sand King is Caustic Finale. Right?
Or you get the Sandstorm there AFK. But Shu's just holding on to double sentry down there, and Saberlight didn't even offer those Sandstorm points. So this is going to be a precarious offlane for Saberlight, at least in this early phase. And maybe you get some stacks up for him, but you're also playing with that mid-Bat Rider who wants him regardless. Man, this Warpine is just doing work. This is the second one to come off that camp.
Those things are deadly, man. They
also,
are.
The downside of playing into this Ench is you want to stack this big camp for Sand King, but you're giving him extra big creeps. It's a very double-edged sword, or should I say, the double-edged centaur.
Hit him with another seed shot. Saberlight. Oh, okay. He thought he was fine underneath that Sandstorm, but the Sentry does catch him ever so barely. And Crit, he's going to be in some trouble as well, while Taiga is going to potentially fall in the top lane as he gets the Shadow Realm off, barely. Crit also survives, so both the 4 positions managed to stay up, but the offlaner of Shopify Rebellion, Saberlight, dies again. Sand King continues to suffer, And Shopify Rebellion may be wondering why they chose to pick this hero in the first place.
Because it was down to the wire and there wasn't much left in the pool. You compare this hero to something like a Doombringer that's going to always reliably get to that early Vanguard, while Saberlight here is struggling to get to that Vanguard. There's just a huge difference. It also affects Crit's game because he can't leave this offlane Sand King alone as much as he would want to, and normally make those rotations, perhaps to top to just overwhelm this lane, maybe to mid if BZM messes up a orb. You don't have that option here. So you have to make the Sand King pay off later. He can. In the ultra late game, this hero is pretty terrifying with the talents. You know, you get some Sandstorm Blind. That's a level 25, but you'll eventually get there.
Sandstorm Blind. Oh, boy.
Hey, that's a good talent. I don't know how you're hating on this talent right now.
Yeah, it's a good talent, but this hero has a bunch of AoE magic damage, and one pipe pretty much kills all of that damage.
That's why you got to play for the 25 talent. Look, if I'm picking Sand King, I'm telling my team, hey, just get to 25. Do whatever you got to do. Build a Midas or something.
You think that's their answer to Dark Willow? Taiga's over there like, guys, I'm playing for the late game, the level 25, and Saberlight's like, I'm gonna do the same, guys.
That's one way to match it. Oh, this Dark Willow thinks she's gonna get the Moonshard Hag. So
yeah, but what if she's in the Sandstorm? She can't hit.
Exactly. Useless. Countered.
Incredible.
It's gonna have to change his build. Maybe you just don't go Moonshard here. Maybe you go utility. Dare I say it.
Saberlight, probably dead again. Goes for the sentry kill. He gets it, and he disappears into the Sandstorm. Oh, that was a close call. Clutch by him to be able to pull that off in time, but
yeah, but he's stuck here.
His lane still sucks.
0-3 already. You don't want to add a fourth to this. Iragi is waiting. Timer's ticking. Oh, did you?
Sneak it away. Gets a vision on him, though. 5 seconds is 5 too many.
I mean, he burned a raindrop charge. That's about as much. What more can you ask for? Economic.
You could ask for an offlaner that doesn't lose lane super hard and scales better.
Nah. that doesn't sound fun.
You want a little challenge in your life?
Why are all the fun heroes in Dota trash? You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Like Sand King, Centaur. That's it.
Blink stunners suck right now.
Lion.
At the off lane.
I'll add Lion to that list. That hero's garbage.
Lion.
Oh, God.
Well, someday.
Back contest. I don't know if this is what you wanted to be contesting, but he contested it.
Yeah, he added some extra farm to that hard camp stack. Very nice of Chu.
Remember, this is the farm priority Shopify's going to give. They're going to give it to Mikey on this bat. They're not going to give it to the Sand King to catch up. I think it's the right call anyway. I don't think Saberlight deserves these stacks, for lack of a better word. So you're going to have to rely on...
Wait, why make it about Saberlight? I don't think Sand King deserves this stack.
Who asked for Sand King? You think Arteezy asked for his offlaner to play Sand King? There's no way.
Maybe Crit did.
This is a Saberlight pick for sure, man. I tell you 100%. This guy loves these types of blink stunners. His favorite hero's Axe.
Yeah.
He tried to convince me for the 2 months I had him on my team to pick him Axe. I never did.
Is that why you two parted ways?
Yeah. He got the Axe. I said, you want to play Axe?
He got the Axe eventually.
Yeah, I'll give you the Axe. I'll give it to you, son. Hey, but look at him now, you know?
Fly. Dead again.
Oh, the golden Roshan.
Oh, you said how good it
so
feels because
good.
you know it's Arteezy's courier, right? Well, there you go.
A little bit more of this haste rune and coil.
Yeah, they're going to play around with Arteezy. Nice jump over the side here, but he is slowed by the boars, and a second coil is going to be put down. And they're just going to 3-on-1 him. Should be enough. He's going to try and get the kill on Taiga, but he had some launch charges. And they see Crit coming in, too. So if Crit's not careful, he could just add one more body to the mess that's happening in this top lane. BZM going to try and chase him away.
It's another Undying port up here, too. A lot of resources committed. You are going to get the return kill, but I do feel like the damage has been done because BZM is top of the net worth off of these rotations. 3-0, pretty good laning phase. He's going to have a really fast Witchblade here, and it's going to destroy your map because your Sand King, your big stun for this puck, is debilitated. What did he just steal there?
He stole both the Hellbears.
I thought he picked an item off the ground. Was that a neutral item?
There was an item that dropped, but I thought the Battle got it.
Never mind. Maybe that was his off an orb. What I was saying is both these side lanes going okay for OG. I think this off lane for the Beast.
Oh, you're right.
Hard.
No, you're right. He did get it.
Did he?
He stole the Lance of Pursuit that he has right now.
That's just too easy right there. Too easy for Lance teasing. That's the one I'll make. I won't make it.
Wait, if you're going to make one, why didn't you make it a good one?
Yeah, see, he chased him off. I'm not high. I'm not old.
Yeah.
I'm not you.
No, I agreed with you.
I'm not imagining things.
I feel like you're just screaming into the darkness, right? Oh, I'm not old. Nobody said you were old, dude.
Here's that beast cut. This is after they haven't even secured top tier 1. So they're just forcing this. And Saberlight walked out of his level 4 Sandstorm here. But that'll still be enough to force OG off this tower. Shopify do not want to give up early jungle control to this Beastmaster and Enchantress that can just run into your aggressive areas and make life hard. It's an expensive TP for Saberlight, but he's still doing better than DM. And that's maybe the one silver lining for Shopify, is that Undying PA lane shut down this Beastmaster hard. Something I would expect to happen. It's why people don't want to play versus Undying hero. He's so goddamn obnoxious on lane, especially versus any melee core. Then you throw a PA on top of it who's spamming daggers in your face.
Not fun. But now that he's got the Helmet Dominator, he should be able to start working his way back into the game. Mikey, he's got his Boots of Travels. As you said, they want to hold that mid tower. Weren't able to do so, but we'll see if they're still able to make use of all this neutral area that they have.
And if you're Saberlight, you want to defend this top tower with your life, because you're not going to get a better area to fight.
Yes. Mikey gonna be caught as Taiga has more than enough damage, especially with the coil there. Crit will be able to get away. His courier, not so lucky.
These aggressive plays on this bottom tier 1 are not going to be there for a long time for Shopify. I don't think they have the power to invade this area. It just has to be small ganks with the bat, continue farming up some stacks for your PA, and let Sand King hold top, and wait for OG to make the move into you. Then you can get a reactionary fight around Tombstone, around Epicenter. Then your bushwhack becomes easier. I really think the aggressive potential is just off the table based on how this early game went for Shopify.
Trying to go for the fast kill onto the Enchantress. They can't get it because the silence on the Hoodwink is preventing some of it. Taiga, you could have stepped in front of that one, but maybe he was a bit too low too. Instead, they're both going to die, actually, as Mikey shows up. Right place, right time. BZM goes for the quick kill onto the Undying, but now gets lassoed. They need a crit. RTZ did not get it, though. They can still chase after him. Orb up in 1 second. And BZM is away. So both the supports getting picked off there.
Is he away? 5-stack Flame Break.
Oh, he's got charges. He's good. Even added phase shift still.
5-0 on this puck. BZM is having another fantastic game for this OG team, as we've said all tournament, getting his bottle refilled. I think as long as they continue to play around him, these engagements should be good without overcommitting into Tombstone. That type of reactionary fight does go better for Shopify, though. When you have to commit into the Undying and the Sand King, who isn't even joining that, it's going to feel good. You just have to worry about the map. Yuragi already has Manta up and 2-man coil. He's ready to fight.
Oh, they baited RTZ into that one. And Mikey, okay. They don't have Lasso, though, to stop him from getting off the Sunder, so they can't really go for this kill. Yuragi, at worst, will have to Sunder as an ally. Crit might be able to kill him here. Bushwhack is coming up in a second, though, and the Terrorblade is surrounded. A lot of magic damage coming in. Yuragi's already used that Sunder. Terrorize goes out, but it doesn't hit Mikey. He was able to get ahead of that one. He'll run down these heroes. Yuragi's going to fall. BZM should be fine.
Nice turnaround from Shopify, though. And when you bring the Sand King to those types of fights, you got to get the big core kills off it. DD Rune, not what you want to give up here.
Oh, they got him? The Bushwhack, it is not close enough to the trees. He threw it out there, but I don't think it was possible to hit that.
It's a big kill to get on Yuragi. He was kind of getting quietly out of control this game on his Terrorblade's farm. The downside is you're going to give space to Beastmaster, who takes that tier 1 top and is going to push into your jungle here, so you have to think about the next move that's going to come out. This OG lineup can play a lot faster than you can on Shopify based on the Sand King and the Bat Rider ultis right now. And remember, you're still trying to get to this Battle Fury for RTZ, who is struggling to get there as he has his jungles invaded, has his camp stolen. Says, please, why doesn't anybody take an ult for me?
Not the case here. Shopify are too busy trying to fix their lanes and get Saberlight back into the game. I mean, this build on Sand King, when you're behind, Vanguard, Arcane Boots, he's only just now getting maxed out Burrow Strike, and he's trying to get to that Blink Dagger. There's just no offensive plays to be made. Nobody is able to create space for RTZ and prevent him from being gone on because they can't do anything offensively.
Oh, Crit just got run enemy triangle here.
That is a bold play. Managed to shoot himself back down the cliff, but Chu is there waiting for him, and he's even got the troll creep to be able to help finish the job.
I feel like that is symbolic of how this game feels for Shopify right now.
Yeah.
I would like to be punishing the OG farm, but I don't have anybody to help me do it. And the lanes have been an issue too. The Shopify cores are not matching the lane pressure that's coming out from the TB, Beast, and Puck right now, and it's reflecting itself on the map. I think Mikey's their best lane shover, but he's also their best initiator right now. So
Initiator?
it's just trying to lug this Sand King over the hill that he has created for himself.
Well, he's almost there. He
Doesn't get blink.
He has the Blink Dagger.
And the upside is there is no pipe online. There was no pipe rush from this beast. He went Helm of the Overlord. So you are going to get at least 1 or 2 fights here before that pipe eventually comes out, I think. Or if you get a good connection with level 2 Epi, he's still 1 level away from it. That's where the damage ramps up. Might be able to just burst BZM off a Sand King jump into a Hoodwinkle. A lot of long-range damage from the Shopify lineup.
Yeah, they're going to work towards Boomerang and Veil. So if they had a successful laning phase, then you would already have the Blink. Maybe you'd already have the Boomerang for crit, and you'd have this really nice combination of insane amount of magic damage burst and magic amplification. Unfortunately, that game plan did not come to fruition, and it's OG who are currently holding all the cards, except for this Blink Dagger reveal. With the aggressive move, it's possible that OG overextends themselves somehow, but they realize they've done so and do manage to get out.
It's a good read. That would not have been a good fight.
No.
Gotta respect the Tombstone and the Sand King counter initiation, which they felt like was going to be there. Level 2 Epi is up. This is kind of the early power spike for Sand King here. It's when he wants to get a fight going. BKB arrives from Mikey as well, so some good timings aligning outside of that PA, which RTZ is still having a rough one. He still does not have Battle Fury. This is very slow. And he's not going to have the Ancient Stacks to do it because that early smoke. Also double block triangle here with those sentry wards. It's another chase smoke up to the top. Oh, they missed it.
Oh, thank goodness the Sticky Napalm gave the reveal for Saberlight to follow up the stun. Is that RTZ's Battle Fury that just got sniped out? It was. He's going to be mad about that one.
This is going to be like the slowest Battle Fury of the tournament.
Yeah, pretty much is 20-minute Battle Fury at this point.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice ward behind the tower. That is giving a lot of information that BZM's going to use. Go for the Saberlight kill, but they hit him with the Terrorize after the Epicenter goes out. That's your first reveal. That's the biggest and strongest hit the Sand King is supposed to be able to pull off in this early game, and it did nothing.
Big Tail waving goodbye to the team fight.
Waving goodbye to crit, too.
This lineup is not working out how Shopify wanted it to. And neither is the Sand King pick. It just felt very slow.
Well, I feel like those are one and the same statements.
Maybe. I
It's
feel
not
like
working out because the Sand King isn't working.
Yeah, but I feel like the other problem is this Battle Fury on PA is so delayed. You don't have any tempo off the PA lane win either. PA is a hero that can join some of these fights and give you the extra damage, with Sand King just going in and tanking with Vanguard. But not when you get your Courier sniped 2 or 3 times and your Ancients blocked 2 or 3 times. And guys, come on. It's a time for
I love this little extra play. Oh, okay. He was going to block the hard camp, and then I think he thought about maybe blocking the Ancients instead, but it is blocked, so.
You know the first place you should look for a boomerang that you've lost?
Where?
Right where you left it. I mean, you're talking about the boomerang. The boomerang is coming soon.
Yeah.
That's some big damage.
All right, well.
It wasn't a good joke. I thought
it was a good joke. It was
Hurricane through
look
the
at
bramble.
that. I love
See you
that.
later, zombie man.
Hurricane push him back through the brambles.
That's a nice combo. That's like the Mars Willow combo. You can spear him through the brambles.
Yeah.
Use the poor man spear, the Hurricane. And now you're just opened up Roshan with this Helm of the Overlord timing. You have meta up. you're ready to take a. Oh, you don't have meta, but you're almost at Scotty. This is still a really strong fight.
Oh, Epicenter going in. A lot of damage, but there's no follow-up. Where's the follow-up? The shot comes in. Finally, they do have a little bit of flame break damage. The Thunder goes off, but it wasn't really for that much. If Mikey could get to Uragi, he'd be able to get that kill, but he's so slowed down. The enchant hit him. He didn't want to use his BKB for that. He gets the lasso onto the puck, but again, no follow-up disables, and Arteezy is just not getting the crits either.
And now the coil trying to turn around with this double damage puck.
The stun terrorize to try and get him out of the coil is going to be able to force Arteezy away. Wasn't enough to kill crit, though.
Oh, he got that blink off. Okay. I didn't think he'd get it off the Firefly. And teams will just trade offlaners and run away. Kind of surprised that didn't go a little worse for OG off that 3-van Epicenter stun. But I guess double damage puck is just dissuading Mikey from committing to the engagement. 2-man, but you're still hitting Shu on the side. Again, no pipe for this fight. This is where the Sand King can shine and give you that engagement with the front line. There's just no follow-up. Look at the pink dot. Arteezy's too far away.
And the worst part is he could have waited on that initiation.
Yeah,
Granted,
he had time.
He doesn't know what the Roshan HP is, but
Now you're just giving it to OG after a fight where they didn't have meta, and BZM is still slaying you on the backside.
Mikey may have to use that BKB charge finally.
He didn't use it.
He's going to tank the Curse Crown and try and keep going. Finally forced to pop it. OG say, great, that's what we wanted.
There's no lasso here. This puck's invincible. And that's how BZM's just playing so aggressive. 6-0 and 0-6. The sign of the 2/3 beast as he continues to ramp up the damage.
He's playing like a beast right now, that's for sure.
They don't have great answers to puck as this game continues, honestly. Because eventually he will get to probably Lincoln Sphere timing. And I'm not sure how you deal with that easy.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised he didn't go for it earlier, but he's going to complete the Kaya Sanj.
Also, something to note that happened in that fight is he got dragged out of the bushwhack.
Oh, yeah.
You have to kind of be careful about the Firefly in these fights with the tree cut and pulling people out of these stuns. You don't have that great a follow-up. If you lead with a Burrow Strike or you lead with a lasso, you need to chain it properly, and there's very limited chain on Shopify's side.
And that interaction goes both ways, right? Bushwhack ruins lasso and lasso ruins bushwhack.
Sounds accurate.
Fairly certain it works that way. Hawk behind the tower. Saberlight TP's in and trying to defend the tier 2. He's going to be able to Burrow Strike backwards, but the coil. BCM here to collect yet another scalp. He is just racking them up.
BZM show continues from yesterday, right where he left off.
An encore performance for the mid laner of OG. And OG, thanks to that, well, why not hit the high ground at this point?
Is an early high ground for a Terrorblade lineup.
Yeah.
You do have the Beast to supplement the Auras here. Alpha Wolf as well. There's a lot of bonus damage on this Terrorblade. This is a really strong timing that Arteezy's just not ready to fight into. He does not have BKB ready. Also, only level 2 Tombstone, opting to go for that Decay build. Punishes you a little bit on these fights. You'll find a little Enchantress lingering. But I think that's all you're getting here.
Hey, just to be clear, production, was that a bug? Does Shopify literally have no building damage? Like, that can't be right, right?
I mean, they have a tier 1 bottom.
That's not a bug. None of their, like, they've gotten towers.
Only off creeps.
Only off of creep pushes?
Well, Saberlight had 18.
Yeah, he had 18. that makes it proves it's not a bug.
Is he even 18 years old?
That might be more hero damage than he has.
I mean, 18 is a pretty big number.
What?
I'm just saying, it's more than 0 tower damage, like you were saying.
Okay.
He did hit a tower once. He got there. And then he ran away.
Man, if Shopify gets shut out for the rest of this game, it's actually going to be kind of crazy. Just to have 18 total team building damage.
I mean, when you go and have that team discussion afterwards, you start blaming each other. You know Saberlight's going to be there. They'll be like, look at the stats. Look at the stats.
Number 1.
I did the most building damage. That's actually what happens in Dota. You have some argument like that. Someone's like, I did the most building damage. You're like, you don't know how much they did, so you go and look at it. You go, you did 18. Come on, dude. This was what you were doing in the debate? I thought we were having a real argument.
Sorry, Crit. We're just watching Shopify Rebellion heroes getting picked off around the map because you could see from their positioning on the minimap right now, they are just full-on rat mode. They are cutting waves recklessly, accepting the fact that some of them are going to get picked off like Crit did, like Fly does now. But as long as the cores are getting some sort of farm and they're stalling up OG, it's acceptable, I guess.
Kind of, yeah. I can see a world where they win this late game.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Because they can burst down the Terrorblade off the bat in the late game scenarios. There's no hard save for OG.
Yeah.
If you take a fight like that, it's pretty good. And they are getting farm on the cores. Arteezy's catching up. Mikey is still very farm on this bat. We've seen the net worth lead. It's only 4K. That's what it was probably 5-6 minutes ago. OG have not grown this lead. If anything, they're growing the kill streaks on some of these heroes off of the support kills, which might come to bite them in the ass if it really does come to it. Now, Arteezy has just been hidden bottom for, I feel like, 10 minutes.
What do you think about Aghanim Scepter? I feel like when you're behind this much, don't you just need as much damage as possible?
Yeah, but when you're ratting, don't you just need the ultimate rat tool in the game?
There's no way that's the ultimate rat tool in the game. They do manage to oh, okay, the Flame Break. Again, the interaction, this time with Flame Break and Bushwhack. Awkward, but they do get the kill. And they're moving. They get one kill. Now look to take some objectives. Hell, Crit is just like fishing, so is Saberlight.
They want anything.
Seeing if they can find anything more. They do not. BCM's going to slow him down here. They do manage to get the last one. Maybe they do find something. DM allowed himself to get in range.
That, I don't know if he did, but he got the lasso regardless. That looked a little long for my taste. Nonetheless, the aggression pays off for Shopify. As OG were just not ready to take that engagement.
Oh, he's got the Eye of the Vizier on top of the Octarine Core. So,
yeah, but I'm still looking at the range on it, and I know it's edge of the circle versus edge of the circle, but some of these feel a little busted. MKB.
You want another investigation?
I'll see. I might bring it to the tribunal.
BCM almost stole another neutral item. These neutral items will be the bane of Shopify. They're trying to break. Where's Arteezy? You could see this blur difference. It's massive, man.
You just can't find him.
Yeah, like you are in range of him in nighttime vision, but the blur still does not pop.
I mean, Arteezy can't find his camps this game because they've all been sentry blocked, but you can't find him, so it evens out.
BZM's like, wait, there's one melee creep. What happened?
Yeah, he knows he's down here. He keeps pinging it. He really wants to kick Arthur out of this bottom lane. He's been here way too long.
I love how
intensive music. What?
Yeah. Never heard that
Euro
one before.
dubstep. I've never heard it to that strong.
I love how...
Oh, they got him.
He does have BKB TP, but then again, DM has Primal Roar, so DM, he's going to hold off for a couple seconds, then use it now. And the BKB will wear out, so he's still not able to TP out. He's going to go for the kill on Taiga. Does manage to get that before he eventually succumbs to BZM, who gets a godlike spree.
Space created.
Big space. I mean, they're taking top tower, I think, right now, so...
Again, Shopify are not falling behind in net worth in this game.
Yeah, weren't they up by, like, a lot more than this?
In fact, the win percentage has gone down for OG in the last 10 minutes here. Technically, according to the DOTA AI, they are losing this game at a considerable pace.
Yeah, 70-30 to now pretty much a 50-50 game. That's wild.
Every time BZM gets a kill, they are pushing themselves farther away from victory, apparently. Interesting to think about.
Okay, so...
Man up. Look at 1v3 man up Arteezy. He's too good.
That's what Kezu's saying in the green room right now.
Kezu is a big Artur fan. 7. See, even he knows. Like, I got him 1v3, boys.
Okay, so if you were OG, I'm not sure if they fully understand the... I mean, they probably don't feel like it's become a 50-50 game. But let's say they did know. Oh, they actually get the catch on a DN here. A fast kill. Okay, what now?
Insta-buy.
Oh yeah, the instant buy with
That's
a beautiful
Terrorize.
terrorize. That's going to be able to hit a couple. The tombstone's out. They got to address that, but they will be able to do so. Saberlight's going to fall. They get 2 out of this.
Look
What
for the
more?
roar.
Oh, a double damage. Fly actually turned around for a beat. He gets caught up by the roar. He'll eventually fall.
They want
Arteezy
our
needs
door.
an out.
No BKB.
Mikey, can you give it to him? No. Arteezy's going to die as well. Okay, 4 dead on the side of Shopify, and all of a sudden, OG is fully back in control of the game once again. Mikey, very smart, does go to cut their creep wave, though, slowing down the push from OG. That is very nice.
I think they're just going to go Roche. I don't think they care about the waves here. It's a nice little play, but at the end of the day, OG want to get the second Roche on. They want to win the fight off that MKB timing for Terror play. That's the most important thing here. DD Rune definitely did him some favors there as well, but this is where you want to strike with the Iron Hot. Sure, you're not getting as much net worth off that map as you want, but DM buyback straight into that Tier 1. Like you said, 0 building damage. Tier 1 is still up mid at 30 minutes. That's just 2 lives for the Beastmaster.
Yeah.
And it makes that team fight impossible. Not to mention, you also hit the Lincolns on the puck. I feel like that is the big timing for BZM in this game that just makes him immortal, if he wasn't immortal already.
Mikey, blink. TP out. They're not going to be able to get the vision in time. So, I mean, you know, commend Mikey. These games where it feels like you're just getting stomped in team fights, finding the opportunities to get around the map and cut waves, especially after a team fight like this one, what a beautiful terrorize.
This terrorize is so nice because Shopify want to anchor the fight around the tombstone, around that sandstorm. Not only does this kick sanking out of that sandstorm, it gives them time to just kill Tomb for free.
Yeah.
It's so valuable.
It also makes the heroes run into Terrorblade.
Yep.
Which was...
Yuragi was waiting behind. The easiest buffet of his life. Gobble, gobble. I think this is a high ground Aegis right here.
Yeah.
Maybe the sandstorm is a bit of a deterrent as well as the bat jump dragging you in, but from a PowerPoint standpoint, those a lot of points.
Hey, did we ever see the Battle Fury timing compared to the average?
Oh, are you trying to rub it in or what, man? Come on.
I mean, we did
got
say
his
it was going to
courier
be one of the
stuff.
latest. Yeah,
448. Oh, that's brutal.
It was a 20-minute Battle Fury.
Yeah, that's absolutely brutal. On a hero that's supposed to accelerate through clearing jungle.
Yeah.
Also, I like that Shu went Pipe and Glimmer here because that frees up DM's scalability. Now, DM's game got a little slowed down off the buyback mid that he contributed to the team, but I think if the Beastmaster goes Pipe, what is Enchantress going to get this game that influences as much as Pipe? Whereas now Beast can go BKB Blink, Refresher, provides a little extra scale, while at the same time, you just have a free Pipe and Glimmer on this Enchantress. It's really annoying for the Sand King, the Bat, the Hoodwink, through all of these fights way into the late game.
It's kind of cool. BZM went for the often neglected level 20 talent with the Breaking the Coil. Probably because he has the Terrorize of the Dark Willow.
Yeah, also because he's looking to just snap pop Arteezy here. He's going Dagon 5.
Yeah. Also, the way he's scaling up, he's going to get that level 25 pretty quickly. So that makes that 20 talent way more effective.
I'm not sure I usually see BZM go Dagon like this. Maybe he's just feeling it. Wants to up those damage stats even more. It's one way to do it.
Certainly.
It is good versus PA. The second your BKB runs out, you just get zapped for half your HP. Yes, Spell Amp built in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dagon 2. Coming for you.
Did Arteezy's courier get sniped again, or where's... Oh, never mind. He's got his eggs.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
You should actually change his courier. I'm telling you, this Golden Roshan is... It doesn't camouflage into anything. People instantly recognize it. They know it's his.
Dire's top barracks
Fly, his smoke is going to break first. Okay, they spot you.
He's the tankiest hero, though. Glimmer, Pipe, heal.
It is not so easy. The Phantom Knives didn't even hit you. He actually healed through that damage, and now Arteezy gets spotted and controlled. That's the fight. It's all over for Shopify. At best, they'll get some heroes out.
Demon's Heal making quick work of Tombstone as well. Another nice little tool for OG to deal with what Shopify presented this game. And honestly, this game might just be over.
Yeah,
that Dagon zapped Arteezy into game 2. This puck has not died once. The BZM show continues.
Just goes on and on and on. All right. Well, time to get as many buildings as you can here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You're going to need some big lassos from Mikey. You have Refresher Orb up on this bat. Double lasso could make quick work of a core. You still have Aegis for 1.5 minutes on your Ragi, however. And he is the big one you want to take down. I don't think you can just lasso this puck. He's killing your backline.
Yeah, between the Dagon and the Witchblade, he jumps in, hits you, Dagons you, and these supports are just dead. Mikey uses BKB, nothing comes of it. Now, he does have a refresher, so he's got a second round. Also, the Aegis is expiring, so it looks like OG are going to chill. So it's not actually GG yet, but considering the lead OG has right now.
And considering BZM is continuing to terrorize you on this map, what's the puck answer? You got to insta-break this Lincolns and find him in a lasso. I think it's pretty much it. While the Dagon continues to be scaled. What is that, Dagon 4 already?
Impressive.
I'll tell you one thing. If I'm a support in this game, I'm not leaving base. Protect my KDA. That way when you have the post-game argument about whose fault it was. I only died twice, guys.
Oh, I don't think the supports are getting the blame in this one.
Dire's top
It's
barracks.
Considering Saberlight's 0 and 9.
Middle barracks are under
He had a tough match.
Rough one. Happens to all of us.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Honestly, and the outcomes for an off-lane Sand King, though.
You think this is still in the higher percentile?
Yeah. Okay, there's the last one, a core.
Yeah, they're going to go for a Beastmaster. Don't actually kill him that quickly, and that Burrow Struck just got totally countered by all the Lincolns.
Refresh, round 2. Your Tombstone's dying.
Can't even fight around it. And BCM, oh, he was almost in range. He was trying to catch crit there. And they're going for a lasso at the same time that Arteezy is distracted by the puck. So unless you're able to combine those two, never going to have a chance at winning a team fight, especially not against this guy right here. #1 in average kills, #1 in hero damage per minute, #1 in damage per gold ratio, second in average in net worth at the 10-minute mark, second in average in kills at the 15-minute mark. BCM is just an absolute monster right now in DreamLeague, and he is definitely boosting OG to a good place here at DreamLeague Season 19.
And if you come into this match, I feel like that has to be the priority. I don't think you can go in this match and think, okay, BZM's going to get some hero and his game's going to be whatever and we'll just deal with it. You have to make his game harder now. It's what OG are playing through. I don't think a Blasto and a Sand King Blink Stun are enough to dissuade Puck from just going off in this game. Yeah. Especially if Crit can't gank or slow down the mid-rotations or the runes or anything of that nature, because he's tethered to what is basically a Sand King Cinder Block tracking down this off lane. Crit has no moves. And even then, you're not winning the lane.
Oh.
So are you just relying on Mikey to shut down the best mid at this tournament so far?
Didn't happen in this game 1 anyway.
No. So back to the drawing board. And I don't think that drawing is going to include the face of the Sand King for game 2.
Let's see if somebody in production is able to drop a sad Sand King face as we head back to the panel.
Your moves are weak, Sand King. At least that's my criticism. Anytime I see something off meta, I immediately, vehemently am disagreeing with it. Stop doing weird things. If it was good, everyone would be doing it. You're doing something that's not good.
That's right. That's why it's okay to report them all the time in your game.
Mute and report.
Heroes that you approve of.
That's messed up, guys.
This could be you. You could be losing.
Okay, that's messed up, and I hate you guys for that. Just let me try and do my thing, and let me pick my random heroes that I like.
It didn't work, though.
Yes.
But it could have.
But it could have.
But it didn't.
It was a skill that if I had been in
Skill
that game,
issue.
I would have won. It's because he's bad at the hero.
Makes sense. That was my other conclusion that I drew from it.
Let Saberlight know.
Yeah, actually,
You might have to recreate his little video there, maybe.
every time that
Say, well, this one's for you.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Saberlight, you're bad at Sand King. Stop doing it. Suck it.
There.
now you have
boom.
to tell him he can use that.
Done.
Yeah, you can use that one.
You can use that one.
No, but like, yeah, the biggest concern about Sand whenever I see it is that he is such a weak laner. Like, it is so easy to bully him. We probably should have seen this coming, considering there was an Ench in that lane. But you add a meta with an Ench, he is not touching creeps. Like, his stun got buffed level 1. It's okay, but you need a fair few levels to have like damage from the sandstorm to be able to actually like kind of bully out in lane.
Okay.
He died a lot.
Yep.
He was the first 4 deaths.
Yep.
And
Okay.
I think that Yuragi got every CS.
Yeah.
for the first several
It's
waves.
not great, okay?
But he had 18 building damage.
Whoa.
The rest of his team had 0, so, feather in the Sand King cap. That's it.
It's just the hero has a lot of weaknesses, and you could see that it's just very volatile, and it did happen in the lane. I would still say you're not allowed to die 4 times like that. It's somewhat illegal, even if your hero isn't good. But apart from that, like OG, they just played well. They moved together with the right heroes. BZM, he kind of popped off. He goes together with the Dark Willow. They just go coil, terrorize, break it. And other than that, they just played their draft really well on high speed, high tempo. Arteezy's Fury gets delayed, and everything just seems too hard.
That was a very exciting puck game, though. It's like one of those games where the puck player gets the end of the draft, like, oh, one of these games, huh? I get to just jump wherever I want. Sand King's having the worst time, so I'm chill. I don't feel like I'm getting burrow striked randomly right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick on these supports like crazy. Crit could not hit the bushwhacks because it's pretty hard versus
It's
puck.
so hard.
You have to be set up.
Yeah, you feel bad when you look at like the state of the minimap and you see your Sand King is like recovering on the top side of the map while the rest of his team fights mid.
Yeah.
It's like, why is PA here? or you're like PA is farming and you're the 3-man instead, and it took so long to reach the timings. He actually recovered decently well,
Yeah.
but it came at the cost of like losing early skirmishes, and TB was completely free farming.
Yep.
I was a bit surprised when the Roche fight happened,
Yeah.
and Saberlight went in with the Epi stun, which was good. I think he killed Beastmaster, and Yuragi dropped to like 20% HP.
Yeah.
Where are the bros
Follow
at? where are the homies at?
I didn't see them.
No one's there.
I didn't see a
Arteezy's
shot.
farming, I get that.
That's fun.
He wants to like join in late if something happens, but
Yeah.
there's no bushwhack, there's no hoodwink ult, there's no Mikey to be seen. They're all like, I mean, you sucked early game and now you're on your own island. Like,
This is why he plays Underlord, because you just put the portal down, they all come with you. They want to join in.
They
It's
still
very
have to click it.
enticing, That's true. I'm just trying here, trying to help.
You're right. Yeah, I'm a little strange, but overall, I think OG showed a lot of good things in this game. I also like when they had like a buyback ready around the second Roche time where they do catch the end, but he just buys back, instantly comes back to the fight, they team wipe them, take the second Roche, and overall, yeah, I feel like OG have been on a steady upwards trajectory in this tournament.
But my condolences for your favorite players. We take a look at our head-to-head.
Uh-oh.
Arteezy
Don't show
versus Yuragi.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I have to. The numbers, they speak a narrative
Fake
much
news.
better than we could.
This is fake. Fake news, guys.
That's zero doubt it was fake news.
This is all fake.
Also, I'm pretty sure Taiga had fewer than 7 deaths that game.
I thought that would be 7 deaths with a win, by the way. So. My man, overperforming.
Overperforming, exceeding expectations.
I mean, what was the? How many deaths did he have?
Great question.
I just had it off my iPad. I've lost it.
The world may never know.
I don't have
Oh well,
it.
what can you do?
Uragi, though, he
All
only
this
had 2.
technology here on our
Yuragi.
couch, and they can't even
It's
get
my
us
Dota
one
buff is not
number.
updating, guys. It's
I
not
got it,
my
I got
fault.
it, I got it.
Refresh.
He had 6. He was so close.
So close.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
so
Okay,
close.
I'll adjust the maths for next time.
Yeah, recalibrate.
Yeah.
Going back to the draft, personally, I still think that this TB being allowed to be picked by OG is quite curious. And I would say a big mistake. He has a very good matchup into the PA.
Sure.
It's good for the map against Bad Rider and with Beast. They took out Naga Morph, which is debatable. Sure, they're also both good heroes. I can maybe see from their side, it's like, okay, we have Bad Rider. It's super good against TB in the early game and in the game itself, but I feel like TB was the best choice for OG in terms of draft.
After the Phantom Assassin was on the board.
Yes.
Makes
Okay.
good points. Those are good points.
What were you so eagerly
Smart.
hoping?
No, I just wanted to listen.
Oh, you
Yeah.
So smart.
It was like,
He's right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this other point that Avery brought up? Do you think that BZM might just be the best mid that we've seen so far in this tournament? Because we've seen quite a few performances. Invoker's been on point.
right.
This puck
In
game.
this tournament.
Here's the thing. We use a rating system around here called the Quindex. No one's really sure how
Wait,
it was
when
named.
the hell?
Well, I've
Quindex
not
appeared?
heard of this
is
term.
my first time
But
hearing about the
we
Quindex.
call it the Quindex. It's-
Okay.
No one's really sure
Who's
where it came
we?
from.
This guy's making shit up, I think.
But
Yeah.
North
out of
America.
a 10 on the Quindex,
Which is a Quinn.
he's like a who? Sorry. Anyway, he's like a solid 8. I would say, which is very respectable.
8. He's
Eight.
a 9.
Great job.
He's like a 9-5.
A 9?
Well, many of the other mids in this tournament are only a 4. Guys,
What? How bad are these people? Give me names.
bad
Give
they
me a
are.
name.
It's
Who's a 4?
It's just how high you have to reach to peak on the Quindex.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
Wait, so if you are 10 out of 10 on the Quindex,
Then you're Quinn.
that's Quinn, right?
who?
What the fuck?
No, a 10 out of 10 is Nisha on the Quindex.
Not right now.
Pretty
Not
good,
right
too.
now.
He's a solid
That's what I'm
9.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
where are we at on the best
Yeah.
mids in this tournament?
BZM is damn good. I don't know if I want to call him the best one yet. I would like to see a bit more. But some of the performances, he is showing to be the best.
Yeah?
Yes. In terms of my listing, I will put him in like the top 3 where they keep bouncing back and forth depending on their performance.
8, 9, 10. That's top 3. Like don't disrespect the Quindex. It knows things. Okay.
She, please help.
I was drawing a crying Sand King at the request of the casters the whole time.
Oh, yeah? Where are we
Yeah.
at on
Yeah.
it?
How's that coming?
He's doing good.
Yeah,
I can
it's
see
pretty.
it.
It's pretty tight. Hold on, I just need to draw some sand.
Looks relatable.
You draw some king after that. Oh, she's going in.
Suck
Yeah.
it, Saberlight.
All right, there you go. Any
Do we
cameraman?
see that close up on the Sand King?
We're
Crying
very
Sand
demanding
King.
of the studio. Oh wow.
There he is. He's crying.
It looks better close up.
I didn't have time to draw the rest of the body, so I drew sand.
That's nice. I like it. It's very impressive.
Baby.
Ow.
That's, oh my god, I need to go home. That's,
That sound is too
production,
real.
please stop. I'm dodging.
Thank you.
Right.
Any other requests? I got you. Anytime.
Well, we'll see what Saberlight plays for game number 2, I suppose. Unless if it's going to be something smiling.
Do you
'cause
think it'll be this? This hero?
Brewmaster.
Yeah, because he's only been here as far as I can tell. I don't think he's made it to the actual games.
No, I don't believe so either. We'll see if Saberlight wants to get his hands on another off-meta hero. It is a best of 3, so if this game 1 was just experimentation, well, now it's time to take things quite seriously for game number 2. Shopify Rebellion versus OG coming up next.
Wear your passion. Share your passion. Wherever, whenever. Gaming is a lifestyle. Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
And the hunt begins.
Break out the glow sticks, everybody, because we're getting into game number 2 of Shopify Rebellion versus OG. Best of 3 series. All these BO2s are out of the way. I know.
What? No
Best
more?
of 3.
No more?
No more.
Oh, I love myself a good old best of 3.
We don't do ties around here.
That's right.
remaining.
We do wins.
W's.
Yeah.
We only get W's.
Or L's.
Or L's.
Nothing in between. None of them T's.
Mikey's holding an L right now because he just got his Bat Rider banned out by OG along with the Clockwork.
Ooh, that was a pretty good one.
Time to panic.
I don't know what you do at this point. Maybe you have to play his
Other hero.
his Invoker or his Dawnbreaker or his Ember or his Tiny or his Huskar
Or his Puck.
or his
Puck.
Queen of Pain.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of those.
that's not enough.
That's not enough. I need more.
Hero puddle.
Unlucky.
Music's so ominous for this. This is Mikey's mood.
You don't know what you're gonna get.
Entire team back.
What is a man?
This is actually the sound that Saberlight heard as the game ended and Bulba walked over.
Probably.
The boss music started playing. I'm sorry.
So,
So,
told me to do this last fix, Sand King, huh?
he's good.
Didn't
He's good for the game.
Suck it, Bulba.
I don't really suck.
Yeah, something like that. That's how I imagine it.
Pretty close, I think, to what
Yeah,
happened.
Pretty accurate recreation. Of
This
the-
time he may be playing the Nature's Prophet, though. I don't know if. How's the flex between Arteezy and Saberlight on this hero?
Okay, let's see.
Investigate for me.
Could be pretty
Saberlight
good.
has
like
played
hot
it.
yoga. That's how flexible it is.
Saberlight's played it the most.
Downwards
In fact,
dog.
some would say that Arteezy has not played it at all.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
So no flex.
I did.
Cold zone.
That's so weird considering he used to be like the guy that was just mad horny for Nature's Prophet every
Yeah.
tournament. It's like, Anti-Major, you send me that.
Yeah.
Arlington, more. And he just like suffered enough losses where it's like, okay, I'm done. Go ahead, Saberlight, my lord.
Or maybe the same thing. You asked K1 Hector at the end of the Beast Coast interview, you were like, why don't you favor Nature's Prophet that much? Seems like carry players are just not as optimistic about it. It seems to be an off-lane thing primarily these days.
I've seen a lot of carry players struggle with this hero. I feel like most of the time when I see someone that is like not liquid play it
They
in...
lost on it today.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like they're the ones that traditionally play it best because they
Yeah.
play it with high tempo. Whereas I feel like in other teams, it's just like, here you go, you're carrying Nature's Prophet. And like the plan and strategy, it kind of ends there. We pick it because we think it's good.
Yeah.
They don't like double down on what the hero should actually want to do in the game and why it's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I prefer it more when it's able to be flexed, or you do put it off lane, you buy your Aghanims, you're just a good laner and you flex with the redraft.
And you started at the beginning of this pre-show talking about, trying to speed things up a little bit for Shopify, right? That's
Yeah.
sort of the whole idea of like some of the new hero picks for Arteezy. So coming back to just bringing out the Nature's Prophet, if they're going for that speed, yes, it could be for him if they are mixing it back up that way, or it's just he can play something that plays on that faster tempo rather than something a bit slow.
Turn to ban.
No.
OG, their first phase was Doom and Rubik,
True.
and Shopify, and their first phase of Disruptor.
Factual, yeah. I would like to see them address the Doom in some way on Shopify next phase. I feel like usually when we see it, there's either some amount of like save, either like a Rubik or a Centaur that we've seen in the past, and then there's also just healing in general. I would like to see something to that degree, just something to kind of like get Doom off you or like get you out of it or just, yeah, whatever.
What if you just don't get doomed?
That's a great
whoever
idea.
That's a good
They should
start.
pick Wraith King.
No, I think just none of them should get doomed, no matter what heroes they play.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
First,
I can't believe no one thought of that. That's wild.
I mean, if you buy 5 Lincolns,
You make a great point
I'm on
there.
to something.
Yeah, we got. I mean, there's enough gold on the map, right? We complained about that.
That is true.
Surely you
Everyone
guys
just
can all
starts
farm
with
Lincolns.
the Lincolns now.
The more reasonable idea is perhaps to pick heroes who don't care about getting doomed. Maybe some Ursas, perchance.
I think Ursa cares about
Still
getting
kind of
doomed.
cares.
He does.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, if he catches you when you have your status
Overpowered
resistance
sucks.
up, it sucks, but
Yeah.
like, he really relies on spells and items, like, quite heavily. So if you catch him when he doesn't have it up, yeah, that's a GG. Some heroes I've seen that don't care so much, though, are weirdly, like, just these hardcore right clickers that will just like have items and deal damage based off that. Like legit, like these snipers and even Morphling to a degree is like they'll just you'll jump and you'll doom and he just turns around like, what did you just do?
Would you say?
I'll still clap you to death.
Yeah.
It's like Shadow Fiend, Wraith King, all these heroes, they can kind of do it as well. So I think Doom is, I mean, it is rising in popularity, but I would say there's still a bunch of heroes that don't care as much. Here, if you're Shopify, very likely you take some crit hero that is going to be melee 4, that can run around the map, first of all. You have a Nature's Prophet that can amplify this tempo with you. You should be able to have a good lane with it if it does go off lane. If it is a Doom off lane, something that this hero hates is to get rotated on.
He's so
And
silent. Why isn't crit?
he's
not taking crits here.
He's in thought.
Oh,
he's
man,
talking.
that was a long
He's
thing.
like, yo, Bulba, I want Tusk or Earth Spirit. Give me my 2
I
heroes.
do like Earth Spirit versus Rubik because it feels like you give him nothing useful. Although Tusk isn't that bad either. They're not the best steals.
Let's go Saberlight, let it out.
Yeah, get it out of there.
Y'all tripping? It's gonna be the. Oh, okay.
Y'all tripping?
Y'all trip.
Y'all not tripping. Y'all very smart.
I mean, it's like a semi-save that you were looking for in a way. I mean, as long as you have vision on something that aren't enemy heroes, because you can snowball them away. But it's just kind of a crit special, decent with their picks. You can run around, gank. I mean, it's like what this boy wants to do every game.
It pretty much looks exactly like Scrift's dog that's upstairs, observing the game right now.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
similar.
Don't remind me.
He reminded me of a dog that's here in the studio, which I can't see right now.
What a
I
cruel
don't think
I want to
we would-
leave.
You just take him on Twitter. I don't
Sorry,
know.
what did you say? I didn't hear.
He said he wants to leave.
That I
He
want
can't
to see the dog.
dog.
You
right
want to go
now.
see the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian's not here yet.
Whoa!
Uh,
I like how you repeat it. Really, not gonna let this one go. There is a dog who's been missing these drafts. That was the Lycan. It's we're not seeing that instead of these Beastmasters there. But there you go. Huskar ban into Ember pick. Would you believe it?
So smart.
I would believe it.
Yeah.
I can see it. Can you see it?
I can.
It's happening right in front of our eyes.
You know what
Still can't believe
actually
it.
now sticks out to me a little bit? A little cheeky OD.
Cheeky.
Shaky.
Cheeky OD for Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of those saves I quite enjoy against
That's pretty good.
against OD. Not OD, against Doom. Sorry.
But
And it,
Rubik
like,
always
owns
gets
Ember and Lane.
Astral, and it's bad news bears.
Bad news bears, yeah.
His Astral's way better than OD's Astral.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it less now.
Yeah.
Okay, finally. I know Tsunami's been holding his phone up for like, I was watching him hold his phone up for the last a minute and a half.
Trying to get the
doggy.
doggo. Oh, whoa, lane counter pick.
Holy snap.
Sorry, doggo, your time is over.
Yeah, Necrophos.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa.
Beast Coast has been bringing us into
Whoa.
popularity after randoming it and then being like, oh, wait, we can actually make this hero viable.
Okay, but now, so what I was getting at was traditionally it was a like, oh, you throw Necrophos mid and Ember can't play the game. Oh, GG. But is that happening here, or is Saberlight just playing Necrophos?
Tell me,
Into
Kez.
not knowing
It
to stay playing
has to
matchup.
be a mid necro, right? Otherwise, why
That-
the F did you just pick necro?
That's
Yeah.
what I would also say.
It's gotta go mid unless something crazy happens in this draft. It is very good against Ember, sure. I guess you'll have to buy a hood, hope that you get tanky enough. But I'm not very inspired by this necro pick other than
You're not.
you go lane against Samurai Fireman.
Here we go. You guys,
But that's it.
were all, oh, Sand King could have worked. Sand King could have worked. Now they bring out the Necrophos. Like,
Necro is
I don't
trash,
know.
bro. I'm not gonna give you a reason why this hero is good. It's very, 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 very situational.
And this is
Probably
not the
Sand King
situation?
level situational.
the St. Jersey Shore. Is that what I'm hearing here?
It's give me one more pick from each side and we'll re-evaluate the situation.
Okay.
It's just weird as well because you're playing into like Doom and Phoenix, who I
Yes.
think are pretty good against you. I guess they don't have like massive magic new question
the
mark?
way you are talking,
It's
your
sussy.
face.
Bro, I don't know how to do. I don't know how to justify this necro
I mean,
fake.
there's definitely a lot of things that can go wrong. Like Phoenix is super annoying for Necro in the game. He has a lot of magical damage. You're not going to hit the egg. He can build items that you hate.
Yeah.
Veil, Vessel, Shivas. Obviously, it
And
depends on how far you
offlaner's not buying you a Lotus either if it's Nature's Prophet.
Definitely not. So your Saber Chat. Maybe now you pick him Sand King and you're like, buy Lotus.
there it is.
It all comes together.
The only way to make Sand King work is to have Necro mid, baby.
Yeah.
I love this, by the way. Taking out the 2 counter picks as well, like the potential for the Tinker as well as the Invoker in case they do the swap for the Uragi Ember. They're not having any of that.
So whenever Beast Coast intentionally ran the Necrophos, their carry was Troll Warlord.
Okay.
Something that would theoretically be okay with being doomed.
So I guess they're keeping this open still, right? Like
Yeah.
SF
Yeah.
and Ember can both go to mid and safe lane.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this Necro is just getting chased down by one of them.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, but I think for now they're just gonna put or look to put the SF mid into the Necro. If it is an offline natures as Ember, I feel like you're kind of okay. It's gonna deny some creeps, it's gonna hit you a bit, but you're gonna be living life, you're gonna be chilling.
You did rattle off like 90 Mikey heroes. Was Necrophos in that list?
Not in mine, was it in
Yeah.
yours?
Sir.
There was?
No, it's
Yeah, I don't think that's in
Invoker,
anyone's.
Dawn, Ember, Tiny, Huskar, Puckwop.
Yeah. So my confidence in giving him a hero that he's not necessarily comfortable on is what has me ruling out the mid lane Necro.
Is there any Saberlight hero that could dumpster an Ember safe lane? Because it's harder. I don't know. We
Primal
obviously
that you mentioned last game?
the Primal, so you said.
Yeah.
But if Necro, you're asking,
If the Necro goes mid, because he's gonna be I
Yeah.
assume they're still gonna do it, and then they're gonna put
Probably.
the Ember on the safe lane. Knowing that as Shopify,
I
is it
think you
worth
have to
giving
pick a
RTs
new
the problem?
carry, because if you're gonna pick another like range offlaner to dumpster this Ember in lane, your tricore is Nature's Prophet, Necro, plus insert range lane
Right,
dominator,
exactly.
which is very sus.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll just do it. The moment of truth in 18.
Clock's ticking. They need to decide who's going where. OG are suspecting that it'll be an Arteezy hero at the last pick because they banned out the Ursa and the Drow Ranger. And Shopify were expecting a mid laner.
look
good.
where it all comes back
The
down
classic.
to the
Right.
Wraith
Get
King.
doomed. You asked for it, delivered.
Genius.
So smart.
It's going to be a mid lane Mikey Necrophos. New hero added to the list.
Yeah.
We'll
I mean, he
see.
seems pretty competent for the most part. I wouldn't like. I mean, he's
Wow, what high
technically-
praise you have.
No, but like all of these heroes that he's played this tournament are technically new heroes for him in competitive play because we haven't seen him play competitively before. So saying like, oh, he's not comfortable on it, we don't know that. He could be just as comfortable on this as like the other heroes he's played.
Most people's data is coming off of his pub signatures, though, which was like the Huskars, the Bat Riders, and the Pucks. Necrophos doesn't even play like those heroes, really.
Guess what? I have access to Mikey's Smurf account. And it's just 100 million games of Necrophos.
Jenkins' biggest fan. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the fact that I like the Shopify draft.
Okay.
Because I would say Mikey's gonna do well in his lane. They're gonna have a lot of tempo with the Nature's Prophet. There's Wraith King doing his stuff. Crit is gonna run around. BZM is on this SF where he's gonna have to do a lot, but it's not his traditional playmaking type hero.
Yeah.
So I feel like that OG are lacking something in the draft that they're used to. Where I feel like even though it's on paper good for him to play SF in this type of game, it's not that good for the team.
Okay.
I'm looking at what happens at 10 minutes, and I feel like Shopify just like run at them. And they get the Disruptor, they have the Nature's Prophet, they're all jumping around, their little Necrophos, they're spamming out of spells, they're knocking down your towers. It will not be 0 tower damage this time. No, sorry, Bob, or Kezu, or Sheepo, or you.
Hello.
Bob.
I have a
Bob.
name.
He's
Bob's your uncle.
he was here earlier.
Was he?
Yeah.
We
Anyway,
have a Bob right there.
that's right. Our Bob's over there
Where's Bob?
when he's not playing Execration.
Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah.
I didn't realize either until
I'm picking up what you're putting down. That
Yeah.
team's eliminated now. And neither of
Yeah,
these
he was
teams
here
will be
earlier, like,
eliminated.
last week. Anyway,
Game number 2, Shopify Rebellion versus OG, coming to you live with Cap and SVG.
All right, game 2 time, and it's off the back of a Mikey Necrophos, which contrary to what the panel said, signature hero for Mikey. I can't believe they didn't do their research. This guy's got 100% win rate on Necrophos, Avery. Incredible.
How many games was that data set?
One game, but it's 100% win rate.
All right. That sounds legit. I mean, that's probably how many games I've ever played professional Necro, so that's probably not a good thing. Also, he got his lane dodged, which doesn't help. And it's not that good a Necro game, honestly.
No, it does not look... They really all in on that Necrophos pick of just like the laning phase matchup. That was crazy.
It's not that good versus the Phoenix Sunray. It's pretty weird versus Doom. It can be good if you're not the guy he wants to Doom, but in this game, kind of the only guy he can Doom.
Yeah.
It's not amazing versus Rubik, who can steal spells and throw it back your way. And then they still had a carry pick. They get SF. SF's really good versus Necro. I feel like sometimes Shopify just fall in this old school trap of like, see hero, counter pick lane hero. We no care game. And if you get that, it's amazing, but I feel like a lot of times you don't get it. The upside is you get a last pick Arteezy hero, and they go for the Wraith King. And I actually kind of like the Wraith King here. There's not a lot of natural early armor that's going to come out from this OG lineup till way later in the game. So if he gets a fast Deso, Blink, AC off some Roshans, it could cause him some problems.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
Especially if the lane goes well. I feel like when you pick Wraith King, you have to play the lane really well. Arteezy is one of the better Wraith King laners, and they're just going to start trialing for him. Okay.
Very nice. They're going to be able to get a first blood on... Wait. No. Oh, the creep. It was blocking up on Arteezy. Fly a little early on the glimpse there, and Taiga goes too far back.
That's really bad. You do not want to start on these 3v2s and miss the guaranteed first blood. That was a guaranteed first blood.
Yes.
Just miss execution, no way around it. Because you're losing something else for the Saberlight lane. He's going to get out CS, he's going to get out zone. You're also giving this 1v2 to an Ember safe lane, which is generally a carry. Remember, OG swapped the Ember to the safe lane to get the Shadow Fiend Necro matchup they're really happy with. Sometimes the downside is safe lane Ember can get abused in the dual lanes because he's not that good at fighting two heroes early on. Well, there aren't two heroes bottom. There's only one. So he's mad chilling.
So all things considered, very good start for OG. What do you make of the panel's analysis? I really did like this, though. They talked about the fact that OG is usually pretty reliant on BZM being this playmaker. And because they make this switcheroo, he's on more of a carry style mid. Won't be having the same kind of impact. Another glimpse back. This time, Fly will get in front of the glimpse, get the body blocks, and DM will die. Now you get your first blood.
I mean, this is a guaranteed killing with this try. I don't think you can walk up here. You're just going to get run at with the tag team and eventually
go it again.
Yeah, there's no way you can go in this lane. So OG have to address this somewhere. Maybe you pull the waves. Maybe you just stack triangle. You're okay abusing the 2v1 bottom. But you do not want to keep feeding kills here.
I do really like that Shopify. They're one of the rare teams who are willing to pull out a tri lane because they emphasize the laning phase so much. They are willing to pull up some old school tech to be able to ensure a really good laning phase. Saberlight is barely going to be able to survive, but he does live, and now Crit joins him in lane.
Delivering the tango that should keep him barely alive in this lane. So Shopify deciding they got enough out of top, they're ready to break down that tri lane.
Oh yeah, that DM, one really big thing about this is it delayed the Devour. So
he's just getting Devour now.
Yeah, that is pretty significant. Like, it's more than just the normal impact of a tri-lane, I think.
The problem is a lot of times the 1v2 nowadays is pretty terrible. And I think we can see it reflected in the net worth. DM is still ahead of Saberlight in early net worth here. So you might be thinking, oh, he got really delayed. He just got Devour. His lane's going terrible. Well, the 1v2 is still going worse for Saberlight, technically. And these 1v2s are just impossible nowadays. People play them too well. You get harassed early. You get a bunch of regen burned. Even with a hero like Furion that can sometimes drag creeps around, it's very rare you want to leave that 1v2 for too long.
Oh, yeah, that's another glimpse back. They do have the skeletons out. That's why they were trying to make a move right now. A good telekinesis is going to be able to solve that up. Good rotation from Crit. Mikey certainly needed it, but it's not good enough. In fact, Crit is going to die to BZM. Oops.
This is the normal Crit rotation, where if he feels like the off lane is going really poorly, he can get that mid lane skewed, normally with some advantage going there. But this is not a lane that Mikey's going to naturally have advantage in, and early boots for BZM off the back of that. It's just a hard lane to gank. the turnaround potential is incredibly high if OG TP's a support.
Jeez,
They're happy to.
Shopify are relentless, man.
Now, they really want to destroy this lane so hard that the game ends off it.
It's not really working, though, I don't think.
I mean, RTZ's getting farmed. They have guaranteed him a really good game here on this Wraith King, and I do think it's a pretty solid Wraith King game. Especially if he's ahead in the net worth and can get that Deso up fast. Armlet Deso maybe on the menu as Saberlight will drink from the well.
It's up deep. Oh, nice movement there from Taiga. He just went back just a little bit, so Crit ends up on the high ground still. I think they still get this kill, maybe? The tag team slowing him down in the glimpse. That'll surely be enough. Taiga will use a spiteful Fade Bolt to ensure the kill on Fly as he will take out. And now Crit, who locked himself in a cage here with DM, suffers a little bit more damage as a result.
You're locked in here with me.
That's exactly right. BZM TP away as Saberlight, his lane is obviously going very poorly. So much like Crit, he looks to make that early rotation.
Now this is the one thing Shopify can abuse in this game. The Necro, Wraith King, and Furion all have incredibly good early lane shove, and they're probably just going to force the lanes into you for most of the first 10 or 20 minutes guaranteed, which means you can force the response out from OG. You're going to get a lot of support TPs out of here, maybe some cores that get abused and can't join that fight. Suddenly you get a big numbers advantage. That would be the one thing I would look to. Something else that this RTZ Wraith King is pretty damn good at is making early rotations if he's ahead in net worth. So these types of fights where Shopify have the numbers are going to feel good for them.
God, there is such a massive difference in the damage threat between Mikey and BZM. They do manage to trade supports, but Mikey may still be in trouble here as BZM's going to start racking up the raises, decides against it after seeing the Fairy Fire.
Normally these types of skirmishes would be better for Shopify, but I think it's just the Necro SF matchup is not doing them any favors. They just don't really have a mid-hero here. I mean, you have a single pulse that goes into that engagement, that's it. Shadow Fiend's throwing 6 rages.
Yeah, he's literally doing
around you.
Triple that damage, if
it's
not
a fair fight.
Quadruple.
And meanwhile, that entire time, Saberlight dives bottom to Yaragi's Ember. So suddenly, this Ember's out of control. You have to force this mid-fight.
Oh, this Stun Ray feels really bad. It is burning through Mikey and keeping Taiga alive.
Not even going to get the Rubik.
Actually kept him alive entirely. I thought surely he was dead here. They get the kill on Fly as well underneath the tower. Abject despair for Shopify Rebellion as they lose another laning phase. A team that is known to want and had perfected the laning phase. And, you know, sometimes they're the best team in all of Dota when it comes to the first 10 minutes, but this, they are being absolutely outplayed.
At least you got some high fives going.
Yeah, I guess so.
That is the look of a man who does not want to click it one more time, but will not back down.
Yeah, like DM's having fun with it, and then there's RTZ dead inside.
Yeah, I think DM's having more fun with this than RTZ is because he keeps seeing his team die on the ticker.
TP out, but damage over time's too much.
Those are just solo kills. He's solo killed him twice.
And RTZ was so close to being able to get his level 6, but he's not going to be able to get it unless he can get a kill around here. A glimpse back sends BZM away. RTZ being guided around. DM's choice of eating the ghost pays pretty big dividends here, as now he's able to kite around the melee hero of the Wraith King. And Fly, he's probably going to be chased down to his doom as well. Meanwhile, Snowball in the mid lane. Looks like they're going to go for the Taiga kill.
Get the Reaper.
Does manage to get a Reaper Scythe kill.
Fly's making some decent space up here.
Hey, finally get him.
Collect. 4-0 and 3 start for the Shadow Fiend. What were you saying? He's not a playmaker? BZM's going to have a slow game? The show's over?
I did not say any of those things. I said the panel said those things.
Oh, blaming the panel now. You learned the first rule of Dota well, I see. Always find somebody else to blame.
Yeah, you've been teaching me about team dynamics, and I realized that also applies to the talent dynamics.
Okay, well, let's chill on those a little bit. You know,
I thought that's what I meant when we said we're a team.
And Crit is level 3. This is
Zap.
a very large level disparity for the Shopify supports going into this mid game. And that is concerning because this Sunray, the extra Fire Spirits, Phoenix is a very nice hero to have the levels on in this game.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to contest some of the early pushes that Shopify try and force OG's way. As rough as this early game was for them, they can still gain some momentum back on the map just from the lane shove. But this game is not going to be pretty for them. Saberlight is very far behind. This Necro pick did nothing for them in terms of that lane matchup in the early game. Your sole hope here is the Arteezy Wraith King.
Yeah, I guess he is second in net worth. Still pretty decent distance between him and Yuragi.
Didn't get his courier sniped yet.
Always looking on the bright side.
The stench of death is upon you.
BZM being hunted down right now. Do they have the Reaper Scythe coming up? They may need that extra damage. BZM's gonna go for the Requiem, hits all three of them, turn around, double race, gets one of the kills, and he walks away from Saberlight. Oh, no, no, no. The Reaper Scythe, I think it was just coming off cooldown because it's up now, but it wasn't up earlier.
It was 1 second off, and he didn't have the mana anyway.
Oh my God.
Resource management is gonna cost Shopify 3-0. At what point do you just say, we got to bring everybody for this BCM guy?
Yeah.
When does it just bring 5? It's too much. They'll go back to what was working in this game, which was the trialing with the Wraith King.
Tri-lane around Wraith King.
Oh, get the reincarn. Slap him down with a crit. BZM gets
Hey.
clipped. There you go. There's some momentum shift, you know. Send a little message.
Yeah.
Make him walk out again. Well, Arteezy's still having some decent timings here. If there wasn't an Ember who solo killed the Furion twice, I'd say he can maybe take this game over.
It's so close. Yeah, he was. It just came up, but he was out of mana.
And this is also level disparity on the supports. Crit's just too low level to get the physical burst going through. Yuragi is frozen in shock at how well his mid is carrying in these games.
He's doing it again. Now Yuragi looks to get a bit more involved.
Yeah, by the way,
get him with the second round of Slight.
He's also 4-0 with a Maelstrom Orc Corrosion at level 10. So the problems do not end with this BZM Shadow Fiend. Because Yuragi has quietly had the best game of everybody here. And is primed to just destroy them on his own.
DM's to Doom, so he's always going to get something, even if he got tri-laned.
That's the other downside. If you don't execute that tri-lane in the early laning phase from the Shopify lineup, the Doom is always going to come back. Where your Furion, he is not coming back right now.
That's so interesting that his recovery is just not leveling a Doom. 3-4-0 build.
I mean, who's he going to Doom? He doesn't need to Doom anybody. Shopify have doomed themselves with
this Necrophos pick. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like in the draft this Necro. They picked Necro and they still banned 2 mids. I feel like they knew the swap was coming, you know?
Yeah.
They banned Invoker Tinker after picking this Necro into Ember. Yeah. So they know OG are going to swap this Ember, but then if you know that's going to happen, why pick the Necro in the first place, right? As Arteezy gets slain by Yuragi with the level advantage.
And Crit is going to try and delay his death with the snowball usage. Can't even get the punch off, which Fly was kind of relying on because I think they wanted to go for a Static Storm play onto him. Saberlight TP's out. The first sign of danger.
Well, this might be another fast one here.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
Yuragi is level 12. Boots of Travel. This is the highest level safe lane Ember I've seen in a very long time. He has been turbo amped. That's what I call it.
3 levels ahead of anybody else.
Yeah, he's absolutely monstrous. Wow. This is one of those games where it's almost if you didn't go bottom with anybody, he might be lower level. Like, I hate to say it. It's like he got accelerated here, man. He played it damn well. Double solo kill into mid rotations.
They have Shopify surrounded. BZM, got to be careful, though, that he doesn't die first. Conside the Static Storm, he is going to die first. They're going to commit the Reaper Sight. They are not messing around with that kill. They get the Wraith Fire Blast onto the Ember. Jumps over to the side, gunning for Crit. Crit's low, hit him with a slight chains combo. Is he going to take out? Not quite, but the Remnant, that'll do the trick. Yuragi cleans up one, a second one now in the back line, so the support dies. They do manage to get the Doom on the Necrophos as well, so that looks pretty good. And Yuragi gets a 3rd kill as the Nature's Prophet eventually dies. The Necrophos succumbs to the doom. That leaves dear old Arteezy surrounded by 4 OG heroes.
The slowest attack of all time will not land, as the king does indeed kneel.
Yuragi's having a great time, man.
He's 9-0. What's there not to like about his game right now? That was the 5-man gank for BZM. You got him.
They did.
Such mimicry.
That might be the only time you get him, but you did indeed get him. You got him with that Reaper. 2nd charge. Some real hopium.
Going back to the drafting aspect of it, I think a big problem is the fact that they can't. I think there's just I don't know if the like Nature's Prophet mid Mikey's okay with doing something like that.
Probably not.
I guess the other option would have been safe lane Nature's Prophet and get a different mid for Mikey.
I think you have to force the matchup if you're picking it like that, though. I tend to agree.
I mean, they are getting a lot of glimpse opportunities, but every single time OG, they're just strong enough to be able to fight back and either trade kills or outright just not get killed.
Especially if there's no Reaper. I feel like Reaper. How is Yuragi still solo killing people? Somebody stop him. This can't keep happening. Every fight, he just kills a core.
He's killed Arteezy like 3 times now.
You just gotta go back to the 5-man moves. At least if you're making the 5-man move, then Yuragi's not solo killing somebody. So at least then you're slowing down the Embers game by default, You're winning that part of the map. You just gotta keep 5-manning for Reaper kills here. I don't think you have a choice. Maybe Saberlight can split the map a little. But you need to come back.
And with the stolen Wraithfire Blast.
One.
Oh, they got the Satistorm onto Yuragi.
They have Reaper.
This is perfect. Where is the Reaper sight? Where's the goddamn damage?
He got healed.
They don't have enough.
The full wand, enough to debate it out.
And crit.
Can't even get the regen.
He dies right in front of the regen rune. That is sad.
There's just no damage on that go.
No.
And the Ember is too high level. He's just too high level, man.
His BKB is... I mean, that was their one shot.
Why even go BKB? Just go hard or something. Just become a ultimate Giga Chat Ember. Oh, he's going bottom again. Monka. Monka Giga Run. I've seen this before.
I mean, great Fire Spirits and Sunray from Chu, honestly. And then the mech heal comes out.
But this is why I say you have to 5-man. Because you actually need 5 heroes to bring a core down low enough to get the Reaper kill. And I think it's your only way back in this game. I don't think farming is going to do it at this rate. OG are just too far ahead. I was talking about that fast Deso for Arteezy. I'll be lucky to get to a slow Deso here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, there's a full Greaves up for DM. I don't even know if you can kill this Doom anymore. With everything.
Get caught. You're thinking about seeing if somebody from OG would step too far forward, but the truth is all of OG is here. So no step forward is too far for them at this point.
Yuragi has spotted his next victim. Says, you are not allowed these creeps, sir. Excuse me.
And of course, Arteezy. I love the fact that they know Arteezy so well. They know he's always going to stick around for the extra wave, and they actively hunt for him, even though he disappears off the map.
Oh, it might get him. He's out of mana. Yuragi, what have you done?
Okay. Okay.
That's 2,000 gold for young Artur.
All right, he's back in business, baby. He's got a Deso. He just got a metric shit ton of gold.
He got so much gold off that.
Oh my god.
He literally got 2,000 off those 2 kills.
Look at it. He had Mass Midases queued up, but now it's Blink Daggers, baby.
I mean, he's flying out something, right?
Yeah, he's flying out the Deso.
Oh, full Deso basically off that exchange. I mean, he's back. Artur is back. Just like Nigma, he is back.
Saying they're going to get eliminated?
All right, Deso's up. Honestly, way faster than that. He's second net worth.
Uh-oh.
Condolences, Crit.
Hi, Crit.
I wish you the best. Just a nice little invis rune.
Look at that. he was flatlining there. And all of a sudden, a shot, a jolt to the system. Yuragi gives him an opportunity.
I mean, I respect that, honestly. You know, Yuragi doesn't want easy wins. He wants to fight you at your best. It's like when you knock someone out and then you pick them back up. I'm not done.
Yeah.
Get back up, son.
If he wants to fight this squad at their best, he might need a time machine. Roshan and a kill on Crit. OG not really missing a step here.
No. They're just getting to their BKBs, and once you have that, control goes out the window for Shopify. Pretty much still have to find some big Reaper kills. Get this blink on Arteezy, then you can send the root through off a Prophet ult, blink your Wraith King in, blink your Necro in, get a big core kill, stall the game through this method. I'd probably give him a 5% chance.
Oh, yeah. DOTA Plus is much more gracious than you are.
Dude, that win probability dropped like 10% off the one Yuragi death. That was a 10% shift in game probability off one Ember kill. Holy crap. I feel like they should have been way more favored then, if it's willing to drop it that much.
Yeah.
Dire structures.
Yuragi's just going to charge forward because he's got BKBs, so, you know, anything they throw at him, as long as he doesn't get caught by a stun and chained.
By the way, Chu is on a monster kill streak as well. He's 9-1-11 on this Phoenix. He's also had a tremendous game here. It is very high level.
5 Spirit Vessel charges. He's going to have a Shard next. So, and he's got level 2 Supernova, so it's actually really impactful in these fights. The only person who can really hit it,
I mean, let's be
efficiently is Nature's Prophet.
Nobody's killing this egg yet.
Yeah.
Do have Blink on the Wraith King. Maybe you can try for some cheeky pickoffs. You can combine him with the Reaper Scythe. Let Saberlight deal with the lanes.
Or maybe even just the Nature's Wrath.
I might try for the solo
a kill on Taiga should be free.
Smack the
Wants him. Hit him once. He just needs Saberlight to be able to give him the vision. They finally hit him. Wraith Fire Blast, and they'll get the second hit required.
Ooh, that crit. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
666.
Was it?
On the dot.
Oh, maybe it's a sign.
It's an omen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Arteezy's made a pact with the devil to come back in this game. And there's the smoke. Wraith King plus a lot of physical burst. Medallion on crit as well, plus Blightstone. Significant amount of minus armor. Saberlight is dead for sure.
Oh, saved by Mikey.
Oh,
nicely played. Sure. Uses that shard.
And meanwhile, the smoke is coming from behind.
Okay.
They can find a couple supports.
Might be able to burst somebody down. The Static Storm catches a number of heroes. Actually, just the Phoenix. They're going to go for that Phoenix. Hit him with a snowball. They burst him down. Okay, but BCM right in the mix of things. They managed to get the Doom on the Necrophos, so there goes all those spells. No Reaper Scythe. And hey, BZM has Reaper, or Requiem rather, for the second life of Arteezy. I'm surprised he didn't go for it.
Didn't even get the high five from DM. What happened? They used to be best friends.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Not anymore. Not after that death on Yuragi. It caused some infighting, you know? The whole squad started falling apart.
See if he can sprout over the cliff here.
That's what he's going to look for.
See you later. I'm out. Peace.
TM's like, where are you going? Come back.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Nice space. Honestly, it's kind of impressive. This game is still a game, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like we kind of said that about game 1 too.
Yeah.
But it still came to its inevitable end.
Yeah. I mean, if you get some big SF kills, that's what's going to turn the game around. Aegis is running out in 45. If you can get this Reaper on the Necro with the physical burst coming through.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
You also have Shard Kaya on Mikey, so the Necro burst is there. A lot of extra magical amp and burst damage if you don't get BKB off. Have to be careful with who you're decreping here. Actually, it's no longer decrep, huh? Oh no, it is still decrep.
Yeah, what?
Never mind. Yeah. I'm just saying, you don't want to E-throw the guy RTZ jumps.
Oh, they got the stun! They got the chain stun! Oh no, it's not enough! Uragi gets off the BKB, and he shreds through the team with the help of Chu. Oh, and hey, a double damage.
Yeah, but he wasn't there in time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That was a good attempt. Unfortunately, Uragi is just too damn big and has a Radiance, by the way.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're going for that without the Reaper Scythe.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you can be playing the map this greedy. I mean, I know this game is terrible position for Shopify. There's probably no theoretical way to win it, but there are finding these comeback ganks. You just need to align it. You need Reaper there, and you need RTZ. These are the two have to combine. You're just going to have to be happy with losing some farm on the map and giving it to Saberlight. Because if the Necro and the Wraith King are not combined on the map, I don't think you're getting the big core kills.
Tiger's like, all right, bye, DM. I'll take the guild, don't worry.
More XP for me. Well, this is your time to make some comeback play before the next Roche spawns. OG are just cruising towards that Roshan that will end the game easily.
I mean, how many pickoff kills do they need, though, to be able to... The thing is Reaper Scythe, I think, it's just too long of a cooldown for them to actually get a comeback against OG in these one-off pickoffs, you know? Like, even if you were to get a core kill every single time Reaper Scythe is off cooldown, I still feel like OG is going to be able to outfarm you. Because, you know, once Reaper Scythe on cooldown, there's really nothing to be afraid of. Same goes for the Reincarnation, which RTZ coming back in was able to get the blink away. So, he gets out, but now doesn't have Reincarnation. So, what you gonna do?
I was trying to think of a way they can win this game without the Reapers, but I didn't get anything. So back to you.
Well, soon enough, we'll head back to the panel.
A rough day for NA, man. Really rough day.
Man, there were so many people like, Americas!
Yeah.
We're doing it, guys! We're contesting Western Europe!
Oh.
No, you're not.
Back down. Hey, but this is just a group stage.
It is. It's just a group stage. This is learning opportunities for
Honestly,
everyone.
all I learned today was that Shopify's worst matchup is OG, and TSM's worst matchup... What's it?
It can't get worse than that, right?
They're just bad individual matchups, you know? It's not a region thing.
It just so happens that all of the Americas teams have bad matchups against the best European teams.
Yeah.
It's a playstyle thing.
Exactly, man.
Because America's match up really well against China, but, you know, China wasn't able to make it into the second group stage, so...
Well, I mean, yeah, what happened? What happened? You know, China struggled so much. What they do? They went out and they were going to recruit Sumail, an NA player, because they know in order to beat the other NA teams, you need an NA ringer on your squad. Look at Tundra with Snaking. Look at Gaming with Quinn. Liquid with Blitz.
You want another hit of copium, or?
I mean, you can't give copium to that, which is dead. All right, BKB for RTZ. It's do or die, boys. You got to make something happen here. Again, sync it up with a Reaper kill. I don't care who you go on.
Yeah, at this point, I would take, like, get the Chu kill. He's on a killing streak.
I'm Reapering him for sure. I mean, he's got a gem. I'd take that.
Eeny, meeny.
They're looking top. I mean, RTZ knows they're here. He just doesn't have the vision to jump. And it's a product of the gem killing all your wards on the map. BKB for Saberlight.
Another one,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
13 wards destroyed.
That's quite a
with that
lot.
Gem. Almost got Mikey there. Almost. I mean, at least high ground is a bit difficult.
All right, I'm calling it. They're going to jump BZM. He's not going to die, and they're going to GG out.
Okay.
My prediction.
I think they're going to jump but not be able to get the Reaper Scythe off. And then they're going
Like
to
the same thing, dude. All right, they jump BZM.
Doomed. Got the jump.
He did not
BZM,
die.
Forced after and the Requiem. Wrong.
he actually got
You're
him.
wrong.
Oh! Yeah, but I'm happy to be wrong. Because that means NA strike him back.
Oh, well, there's still a second carry. The Reaper
Reaper,
Scythe. Oh, no, it's not enough to be able to kill Chu. Oh, no, we got the Supernova off, and the Sunray is shredding poor Mikey. Saberlight did eventually die to the Doom, by the way, so don't worry about that.
Did get solo killed.
Oh, look at he boxed in to catch up to fly.
Damn.
Damn, Iragi. Damn. Oh, look at a regen rune.
Oh, why not?
That's nice.
That is nice, you know. It must feel good.
Well deserved. You deserve that.
I agree. What a performance.
Iragi just reminding everybody that, you know, there are other core players on OG.
Yeah,
not all BZM all the time.
20-1. Best farm in the stats. Oh, they did jump and kill BZM, despite what I thought would happen.
Yeah.
And it did not GG out, so that is...
I was more right that they didn't sync up their Reaper Scythe.
That's true. But he died without the
Dire's
Reaper.
top tower is under attack.
So were you really right? You were kind of...
Yeah, but if they did use the Reaper Scythe on the SF and got the kill faster...
That's true. They might have disengaged.
Yeah, might have been able to get out.
We'll never know.
God damn, that was a smooth move right there.
He also just rides the glimpse back.
Ride the lightning.
Meanwhile, back in the duel of the century.
Robbie pops his BKB and says, see you later. All right, so we're going to go full right-click build for BCM. We already picked up the... Oh, he didn't pick up the shard. He was thinking about buying it, but guess not. He's going to go as Satanic.
What's the one off Roche?
Yeah, that's a freebie for him.
Pretty hard for him to die if he just gets the Satanic here. It's already pretty hard, but I think that just puts him over most of the burst thresholds.
Yeah, I mean, if this game was closer net worth-wise, we could talk about like the Aghanim Scepter upgrades for the supports on the side of Shopify. And like,
Saberlight.
Oh, Saberlight! Oh, good try. Good
He got
effort.
the shard.
I'm sure
got
BCM is extremely distraught
The shard.
about that.
We take that. We take that, boys. A round of applause for that bold Saberlight teleport for the shard.
All right.
That's a moral victory. You know, you're like, hey, I got him, guys.
Well, Arteezy's done. He's dropping items.
Is he? No, he's not dropping. Don't scare me like that.
Dire's middle tower is
You know,
under
some people would
attack.
accuse me of being NA bias, Cap.
Yeah.
But I just like a good underdog. And it just so happens for the last 9 years of Dota, NA has been the underdog. So can you really fault me there? You know?
Yeah, the only thing we're biased for is underdog.
Yeah, one of these days, NA will be on top, and then I will never root for this region again.
Yeah, so someday they'll be on top.
Oh, back
Never
to the
mind, that
duel.
wasn't even close at all. I couldn't actually tell what Uragi's HP bar was at, but it was not that close. Static Storm on 2, underneath the tier 3. There goes the
but it's
no,
Aeon.
the Aeon disc. Oh, no. That's a rough one. All right, OG, is it time to end this thing?
Buyback's
No,
coming
not
in.
yet. Oh, nice counter blinks going out from OG. Getting away from Arteezy right as he tried to get the initiation.
gonna be a glimpse
If they
here.
got that initiation, they could have gotten the glimpse. But as it is, they don't have it. They get a snowball on through some of these heroes. Taiga is actually still staying alive because of the heals that are coming out nonstop. They commit to be able to
They
get
need
a
fish.
support Rubik, and they can't get him. He's still alive inside of this
Hardcore
crowd. BCM is actually getting a little bit low. The BKB, oh, it lasts long enough. He's still good. After all, he still has the Aegis, so he comes back to play. He's willing to die. And Arteezy, he's going to fall for the second time right alongside BZM. BZM comes back with the Aegis, and that's it. GG. Okay, 2-0 for OG. Man, they looked really good here.
21, 1, and 12 for Yuragi here. Call him the vacuum spirit because he was just sucking him up off the map. I don't know how all those solo kills happen, but that's just absolutely ridiculous. If your safe laner is getting 3 to 4 solo kills on cores, your win chance is probably pretty high. I don't know the exact statistics, but you're probably pretty favored. That tri-lane with the Necro pick did not really do Shopify much favors in this game. And it was just a rough series overall. OG just looked like the better prepared team today.
And this is kind of what Shopify looks like if, I mean, to be fair, lanes didn't just go bad. They went really bad, I think.
Yeah, and that's what their specialty is. Where on the flip side, I feel like OG are gaining a lot of momentum in this tournament.
Yeah.
The more we see them, I think they're gelling more. They're figuring out what they want to do with their roles. They're playing well around BZM, who's just popping off. When Yuragi gets the space, he looks a bit more comfortable. I think their support duos look a lot more confident as well in terms of what they want to play. Like, I'm glad they went away from this techies nonsense, and they're back towards Disruptor, Enchantress, the high win rate heroes of the tournament. Even choose Phoenix this game. Yeah, maybe Phoenix isn't some crazy hero of the patch, but he looked really comfortable and confident on it. He's contributing a lot to the game, and they're just scaling, right? I feel like when OG supports are very happy in how the game is progressing and scaling for them, this team just plays a lot better. It relieves a lot of pressure from Yuragi in particular, in terms of having to run around and make a bunch of plays on the map that might not be that easy for him.
All right, that is another 2-0 for the day. Let's go back to the panel.
The third one in a row. Yeah, it does seem like Group America is struggling a little bit against these Western European teams. As OG put on a show, Yuragi and BZM especially throughout this entire series, on another level.
Yeah, very impressive. I have to say, coming into this, OG obviously having just played some tiebreakers, they were looking like one of the weaker teams in their region, and it felt like they couldn't quite figure out how to make DM work with their situation. Like, I was excited when I heard about the pickup, but it felt like they didn't quite figure out how to take his like former stability and like strength in the off lane and turn it into like strength alongside BZM and Yuragi. Like, obviously, he's very, very different than Amar, so I wasn't sure what to think coming into it, but they're gelling. They look terrifying, and this is the kind of team that when the patch drops, I feel like will only make them stronger.
Yeah, they actually have been working on this. Like, obviously, it's you add new players to a roster, you have to work through the kinks that come with that. And for DM, it was that he wasn't playing to like his strength. So like one of his things that he highlighted about himself was, oh, I can play any hero, right? And then he realized, okay, yeah, I mean, I can play any hero, but like my best heroes will grief the game less, right? I can play much better on those. So he sort of figured out the pool he wanted to do. He wanted to play less sacrificial as well. So he's moved more into actually being able to be at full core as the games go later. And you can really tell that he's playing like heroes he just enjoys more and is more comfortable on.
On that point, I feel like, don't you... If you think about how they played him at the start of the season,
yes,
doesn't that remind you of what Shopify just had happen with Saberlight? They just leave him 1v2 in the offlane. Because I really... Starting in a tri-lane nowadays in Dota is really hard, and that's why you don't see it very often. When they start tri-lane top and they kill the Doom, it will not change the state of the top lane. Doom will have a good time. He's going to get Vanguard, and eventually he's just going to lane there. Whereas if you take the bonus here away from Nature's Prophet, it changes the entire state of not only how his lane, but how his entire game is going to go. So knowing, like, he shouldn't be as sacrificial, it's maybe a team call, it's sometimes hard to shut down, but I think moving, like, into this game, that was an incredibly huge mistake from Shopify to start as a tri-lane and kind of, you know, shift Saberlight's game into the dumpster in a way already. And other than that, OG, I think they impress me more and more. I thought they kind of need BZM on a playmaker. They're saying, screw you, idiot, we don't. And they just played really well. They have like cool heroes with their Ember, Phoenix, SF, and it's just very enjoyable to watch what they did and how well they played in this game.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean playmaking? He was playmaking. Didn't you see that guy?
Sure.
He was everywhere. Oh God, I've never seen a more mobile SF in my entire life. I mean, yeah, you guys highlighted how well BZM was last game on the
Quindex.
9. Yeah, he up there. Like, this guy is so
Any
freaking good.
What the hell? I can't speak.
And adjustments?
Yeah, any adjustments to your meter?
He was an 8 before.
That's too low, bro. Up.
Uragi was a 9 on the Quindex that game. I don't know
thought
what
you need to
guys
be a
are
mid
talking
player.
about.
We can Quindex
No,
carries?
no, it does not when you play like that. You get to go on the Quindex and do an Ember game like that. All right, that was a solid 9er. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uragi was. Like that one feed was really funny, just the way it happened. But like the fact that they bounced back so easily after it, like okay, like Shopify took that as like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh my god, we feel reinvigorated. Whatever, we're gonna like make some smoke ganks happen. You know, they got a bunch more kills, but OG still like kind of kept on it. Like, oh, we're gonna use this moment to go take Roche. You know, we're gonna do these good things. Like they're still making good moves on the map, and they weren't letting that get to them at all.
Also, I have to wonder, what was the Necro pick about? I didn't
Let's
really
not talk about
see what it was supposed to do in that game.
That pick got owned.
And they, like Avery had said in the game, they even were pretty confident that it wasn't going to match up against Ember mid, because then they continued banning out other mids. SF goes through, and Mikey just has no place in the game.
Yeah, it didn't really make much sense.
Well,
We can end it there.
we have one player that's responsible for that swap, because we got Uragi on the call. Uragi, I'm very disappointed in you. You died one time in that Ember game. Would you care to apologize to everybody for dying that one time?
Sorry.
Thank you. That's all I needed from you. For the other 21 kills that you got, though, how did it feel to be playing a Spirit in that game? You, I'm assuming, had the decision to do the swap as soon as you saw the Necrophos come out. Is that when you decided in the draft?
Yeah. So Necro, they picked counter mid. So I just decided gonna play Ember Sifling with very good SF pick also.
And then were you surprised that at the very beginning it was kind of Saberlight left alone because they were trying to get the First Blood tri-lane up top, leaving you a full free lane?
No, actually did not expect that. But regardless, I think our lane would have been great. Phoenix Ember into Tuscarene.
It worked out really well for you guys, game number 2. Sheepsticks, any questions for Uragi?
What do you think of the carry pool and the potential of it to get bigger? And I mean this in the way that anti-mage has suddenly become very popular lately, right? Do you think there's other carries that are still unexplored in the meta? You know, I know the patch is at the end of its life, but like, what's your opinion?
I mean, of course, there's always something that people don't know about, something explored. But yeah, pretty sure there's a lot of heroes like some nice stalkers from Tundra, pretty fun. Something else, maybe.
Is there like anything significant you'd want to change about the carry role in the next patch?
No, probably. I like the game as it is, but we'll see.
He's just along for the ride. Kazu, any questions for Uragi?
Absolutely. Hello, Uragi. Congrats on the win. I think I'm not hurting anyone's feelings when I say that your guys' first half of this DPC tour was very bad and you guys didn't look as good. But since then, you guys have improved a lot. And I'm wondering, was it like one important team talk that you guys had, or was it a change of draft or something, emotions going into the game? Like what suddenly turned you guys into a different team? Because you guys look so incredibly good now.
Yeah. Well, after a couple of losses, like it was clear that we had some issues, and it was clear what we need to work on. And so we started our process, and it's going well now. But yeah, it was a couple of talks, like just thinking about the way to play and our structure.
Would you say that anyone in particular stepped up in this time where you guys weren't as good, and in these team talks to like help alleviate and like help you guys figure out what was actually wrong? Or was it more of a team effort, everyone kind of chipping in 1 point here or there?
Yeah, I would say maybe DM brought a lot of effort. Really grateful to him. Like suggesting a lot of great heroes to build strats around, and helping structure our early game.
Okay, thank you.
Big props to him.
Great Ember, by the way. Thank you.
I just want to build off that with another question. Whenever we've interviewed like DM and Tiger, they talk about how those two guys talk a lot about how they want their lane to be, or like their dynamic and like their hero pools and how they work with each other. Do you have like the same level of talks in your safe lane? Like, do you feel like those talks are usually more or less constructive than like the entire kind of team talks as a 5?
I mean, I myself probably rely more on like feelings when I pick heroes. Like, do I feel the hero or I don't feel it. But we still have like some hero pool that we work around. And yeah, the lane structure depends on that.
Okay. Trent,
All right.
anything for Uragi?
Sure, Uragi. The rumor mill is churning that there is probably going to be a patch before the major, and with that patch coming up here, is there like how do you usually approach a patch? I feel like some players are more into like grinding out the games like crazy, or really going into the lab and constantly testing things. What's your go-to like day one patch just dropped? What are you doing?
It's actually been so long without the patch, I don't actually remember. But I would say I usually chill for first couple of days because there's a lot of griefing going on and a lot of bugs usually.
Smart.
I just read and watch games. Of course, I play still, but not as much first couple of days.
Oh, that's very interesting. Thank you.
How do you feel about the timing of it coming out so soon before the major? Do you like the chaos whenever it's a high-stakes tournament, or do you prefer things to be settled out?
I don't know. I think it will be very fun to see what actually happens and how teams will perform.
You're a player that goes off of feel. You must be feeling pretty good after that 2-0, and we're curious to see how your team does for the rest of this group stage. So congratulations, Uragi, on this 2-0 against Shopify Rebellion, and we'll speak to you again.
Thank you. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, not as many players are as virulent about being like, I can't believe it. The patch is coming out. Everything that I've been working on for the past 2 years, it means nothing anymore. I think everyone is just desperate for something to be different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't matter when or why.
Unless you're on Tundra.
Yeah,
In which case you want it to remain exactly the same.
the Tundra interviewees were great. I wish we had gotten AUI's thoughts on it as well, because I imagine that he is also very content with the current state of Dota.
I don't know. He
Why
seems
they-
like the kind of guy that's opposite, no?
He loves
Really?
patches.
Yeah, he
Oh.
loves, like, he says, oh, I have an idea, I spam it in my pubs, you know? Like, a new patch gives him ample opportunity for that.
He's probably down for both. If it stays the same, it seems good, guys. Do your same. Buy these items, do this, do that. New patch, guys, do this.